Hey, how you doing? This is SEIJIHITO here to bring you another live stream today. What you can clearly see directly in front of me, I know the screen might look a little bit odd, um, but what you see directly in front of you is one of the newest videos that I gave directly to you guys. Some hours, it said about 13 hours ago. Shout out to all 1,170 people that pulled directly up to watch that video. That video itself is the one that you see. Let me just try to see if I can go to a still. If I can get that for you guys. Hold on. It's basically this video here where I stated that you had three ratchets. It was supposed to be an S in there, but you know what I mean. Three ratchets got nine black women thrown out of a restaurant. And at the bottom, I said, I wonder how black men will get blamed for this one, right? So I stated that due to the fact that nine times out of 10, whenever I've covered a lot of these stories, somehow, some way, when there's not a black man in sight, a theoretical black man will be made to stand and to be made to take accountability for whatever actions that took place, even though a black man had nothing to do with it. And this has happened far too many times. But I listed that directly in a video, and it seems as though that it got quite a few people, I guess, emotional or riled up for whatever reason, which is crazy. But these are the same folks that always claim that they come by the channel and that they watch the content. Yo, what is up, Pink? What is up, K? What is going on? What is going on? What is up, Mazen Blue Raider? What is up? What is up? But these are, a lot of the folks that complain, they claim that they actually watch the content. I'm like, well, if you actually watch the content, then you would know why it is that I put that in the title. You would know why my response in the video is the response that I give, because even directed towards me, I would have women come up to the scene and try to blame me and say that I am okaying or I am enabling or allowing such and such and such to basically happen to black women because I'm not making black men accountable. I'm not going out there and defending black women and da 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 and all this other type of stuff, right? So when you go directly to the video that you see in front of you, and we're going to scroll down again, this is live directly on the exact same channel page, right? Got 100. Let me just make sure. Let me just make sure we don't got any newer comments there. Right. So we got one woman here. She said, "Oh Lord, here we go with another Anton Daniels. That's diabolical." Like I said, shout out to Anton Daniels and his platform and everything that he's been doing. He was also a part of the Lapeef network, and things of that nature. Like I said, content creators. Shout out to what it is that they do. Um, it's crazy that when people explain certain points that they have, and I want to note this main point. Last time I checked, Antoine Daniels is married to a black woman, right? And they have a black daughter, right? And I think he stated that he's been married for like 20 years to a black woman. And I think his wife's name is Rita. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. And I think they were together. I think they were like back in high school, right? They knew each other from high school, and then later on down the road, they ended up getting married. They had a whole family, kids, and all of that good stuff, right? And they are where they are at this moment in time. So it's a little bit concerning, and I'm a little bit confused when you want to, reference him in a sense as a negative when he's married to a black woman and has a black daughter, and he's providing and taking care of the black woman and his black daughter, facilitating the needs and doing what it is that he needs to do in order to be a provider, which, mind you, a lot of black women out here say that, oh, black men don't want to marry black women. They don't want to be fiancés. They don't even want to be in long-term relationships. They don't want to raise kids. They run away from their responsibilities. Black men don't provide. They don't give value. They don't give respect. They don't build community. They don't prioritize the women and all of these things. But yet you're saying that pretty much I am Antoine Daniels and you're trying to list that as a negative. But yet even with maybe, let's say, some of the content that he has, I may have a disagreement, right? But again, that's with the content, not the actual person. I can still list positive things that are specifically there And on top of that, that enables and gives him the reason why it is that he can speak on certain things versus other women who are directly out here that want to try to go back and forth with him, who are single, that ain't never been married, that ain't never have a long-term relationship, and that probably don't even have the father of their children or their child directly in their child's life. So it's like, I'm a little bit confused. So I guess because I critique and I come from a single parent household raised by a black woman who shoots directly from the hip, truth, all truth, no chaser. And because I've been also truthful and honest about the relationships that I've been directly through, and from the scope of that and that point of view, I try to use that information and give that to black women out here so that they don't follow through those same pitfalls and mistakes that I've known other black women who have gone through those. I guess that's a bad thing, right? So I guess that's why you're trying to say that I'm another Antoine Daniels, or is it the glasses thing? Or is it because I'm a, I don't know. I don't know. And then the person underneath said, you are spreading lies and a false narrative against black women, and it is disgusting. Every community has issues. There's good and bad in all communities. I don't deal with ratchet at all. They are pushing false narratives. Those women had nothing to do with it. Were accused unjustly, but your ignorance spreads vitriol and ignorance. This is the thing that I thought to myself when I heard this story. Growing up in Detroit, going directly to, it wasn't even Northland Mall during the time, going to Fairlane. If you're from Detroit, y'all know what I'm talking about, Fairlane Mall, right? You go to Fairlane Mall, and at a moment in time, it used to be free for, kids, teenagers to just come there, during the weekend, right? When it's Friday, it's almost like Sunday. This is when you will see like a fields of like kids. It will be like a sea of kids, teenagers directly in there, right? And normally when you got kids and teenagers, it's a ruckus. People are loud, people are talking, people want to start getting disrespectful, fights happen to start, and all this other type of stuff. So the people at Fairlane, so let me just, before I get to the end part. So what would normally happen is that if a fight broke out, they would start to get all the students out. And you would hear the students basically state that, yo, why do I have to leave? I didn't have nothing to do with that. And honestly, those students didn't have anything to do with it. It's just the fact that, hey, those black students were fighting. So we're also going to correlate that with you're more than likely with them or something or other of the situation. We're going to look at all parties as bad parties, and we're going to get you up out of here. Even if you had nothing to do with it, we're still going to get you on up out of here because we don't know. Right? Because things do happen. You may happen to separate a few, and then the ones that are part of that same party, but they look like they're not a part of it, then another fight starts. And I've seen that as well. So all I'm saying is, when it deals with these women here, I've been put out of places and I had nothing to do with what other black people were sitting up there doing. But you don't see me trying to sit up there. I'm crying on the news. I feel a certain type of way. I'm going to sit up there and formulate a lawsuit. You know how many lawsuits that I should really have at this moment in time being a teenager, being thrown out of places because other people wanted to sit up there and fight because they don't know how to use words? That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And, again, people want to sit up there and look at me like I'm the bad guy for basically saying that. It doesn't make sense. It's like, yo, I get it. You feel emotionally, you feel it because you're a woman. Emotionally, you feel a certain type of way because of specifically what happened. Gotcha. Good. Okay. But at the same time, it's like you also got to understand, ain't none of these folks out here going to sit up there and decide to look at you as an individual. Once they see one black person do something, they're going to look at all of y'all the same. And this is what I kept trying to tell black people. But a lot of y'all out here didn't want to sit up there and listen. All of y'all out here really think that y'all can be on some individualistic type of thing and that you're just going to be purely be judged based on your individual type of actions that you've done in life. And you're not going to be held as, a collective. Wrong. Like I said, this is why I titled the video the way that I sat up there and titled it. And it's like, even still within that, a lot of y'all still didn't sit up there and get it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, black people just lost. I'm like, it's crazy to me that it's like it's a lot more people that are in the comment section that are in a sense mad at me and how it is that I, have my opinion, my point of view, and how I titled the video versus being angry at the 2 to 3 black women that were sitting up there fighting in the establishment. Color me surprised. Color me surprised. And again, that further shows how easy it is for people to fixate directly on a black man versus the actual situation. I'm more of a problem versus the 2 to 3 women that were fighting in that restaurant in front of white people, looking like savages, doing basically a female mandingo fight. Like that's basically what they were doing. I could have sworn in that clip, if you look real close, the white dude that was to the right, it looked like he was laughing. Looked like he was laughing. And I'm like, yeah, this don't look good at all. At all. At all. And then there was also something else within the video. I don't think a lot of people caught, right? So let me see if I can actually let me just go to this video real quick. If you look at this screen real quick, okay, I'm glad it's showing. So if you look at this screen real quick, when you listen to the women speak, they were like, they just got there and they only had time to order drinks, right? So nobody has food. This is why right here, where you see my mouse, this is why you still see the menu, right? You can see another menu right here, right? You see water, 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 water. Somebody explain to me, why is there a takeout box there? That little brown box right there, I've been to enough restaurants. That is a takeout box. Explain to me how there's a takeout box. And I think if the camera were to move, I think somebody else's cell phone is directly on the table, right? And all of the women, as it seems, are on one side of the table. That's a bit weird. Because normally when people are in parties, you got people on both sides of the table because, everybody's going to be talking to everybody. It's very difficult to eat and talk to somebody, and you have to look down a long row of people, and you got to sit up there and like, oh, move your head real quick. I'm sitting up there trying to talk to that. It don't make no type of, like I said, hey, I'm just analyzing. I'm just looking at certain things that maybe people didn't sit up there and pick up on. Because again, I don't know if those women were invited. I don't know if they're associates. I don't even know if they're part of the group. All I know is, and as I told people before, if you pay very close attention to the video, you do have 3 black women that are here. You got the one that is in the pink, the one that is blurred out because she is scantily clad, because whatever she's wearing does not properly cover up. And I don't know why women walk out the house like that, which is crazy, because when things happen, this is what we see. But people want to sit up there and say, oh, you shouldn't judge women for how they dress. They can do whatever it is that they want to. You're right. You can do and dress however it is that you want to, but I ain't trying to sit up there and see that. I'm a man at the end of the day, but I ain't trying to see this everywhere, dog. Like it's enough that anytime I log in on IG, I see it. Log in on TikTok, I see it. Log in on X, I see it. Log in on YouTube, I see it. Like, dog, I'm not trying to see this everywhere. Like, what do we, anyways? And then you got another woman that is there. She's she's right here. You have a larger woman that is here with the black strap, white tee, and a black shirt. I'm not sure if she's trying to break it apart or if she's just pulling the other woman, the woman in the pink attire by her hair. Like I said, there's 3 women there. I'm not sure, how it is that people they saw the video and they didn't spot that there were 3 black women there. I'm a little bit confused. Yeah. It's like, this is how I know that people don't really watch. People don't really watch the content. They just go off of a title. They see 5 seconds and it's like, I got my opinion. It's like, Jesus, man. It's just cut me a break out here. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard out here. But it'd be like, also shout out to our neighborhood Ninja Mo. Pulled up to the scene. He said, Ashley Pickens, quote, we were all put in a negative spotlight in the moment. It was all eyes on us. Very embarrassing. He said, sounds like at least one of the women knows individualism is damn near non-existent when it concerns us. And that's facts. That is bars. Let me hit that man up real quick. That is bars. Like I said, and that's what I try to convey directly to people. But I keep trying to tell people, like, yo, people, a lot of black folks out here, they're overly emotional. They're going to just see one thing and they're going to figure, oh, you're basically trying, like a lot of black women that's pulling up to the scene in the comment section. Oh, you're attacking me. So now let me pull up to the scene and defend myself. You don't understand that I'm talking about realistically the 3 ratchets that made y'all basically look bad. and you say that you're different from the ratchets and that you don't, you're not, what did she say? She said, I don't deal with ratchets at all. They are pushing false narratives, right? But yet you're putting you're saying you're putting yourself in the box with the ratchets. I'm calling out the ratchet behavior and how that behavior, basically the overall, was able to cover the 9 women there who are probably educated, all this other type of stuff, and yada, yada, yada. But no matter what it is that they're doing positively, it didn't matter because the ratchets showed up, and the ratchets, the loudest ones, and I keep telling people, the loudest few will mess it up for the many. And that's what happened. But because I'm sitting up there looking at the situation from a different point of view, you're like, oh no, you're attacking women. I'm going to sit up there and just defend all women. You're saying you're separate from the ratchets, but yet you're still next to the ratchets. All right, you got it. Ew, that's crazy. That is crazy. Diabolical. And like I said, this is a white business at the end of the day. And I'm going to sit up there and keep saying this. How many times are you going to keep going to white establishments thinking that you're going to be treated differently? If this was somewhere down in Atlanta, I promise you the 9 women would not have gotten thrown out. Those 3 women that were there, they would have been the ones that get thrown out, had the police called and all this other type of stuff. You're going to a white establishment expecting them to look at y'all as individuals. No, it don't matter if you even dress different from them. You're black. You're a black woman at the end of the day. They're not going to see you as anything different. Like, dog, like how, like, man, woo. People would be saying that they so far educated, but yet when it comes to stuff like this, people get so stupid. Like, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. Kill said black women need to stand up more against this behavior. No more being silent. That sisterhood ish is costing you, but not our problem. The restaurant got to see what we do every day. And then he ended on passport. I don't know why people keep pulling up. This is another thing. Let me just say this real quick. Any black guys out there that obviously don't date black women, this ain't like a moment in time to just pull up to the scene and showboat. I need y'all to just kindly just like shut up. Like y'all weird. 100%. I just got to be honest. Like, y'all are just weird for doing that. It's the exact same way that divestors are weird when they want to pull up to the scene of a story where it deals with a black man out here doing something negative, or a group of black men out here doing something negative, and they want to sit up and say, oh, that's why we date out. This is why we date white men and men of other races, because they don't act like this, and rah, rah, rah. Y'all both are weird. I don't know if people don't tell y'all that, but both of y'all are weird. Y'all too old to be doing this. Y'all are way too old to be doing this, because 9 times out of 10, y'all older than me. Y'all in some 40s, 50s, and whatnot, and y'all pull up to the scene talking like this, dog. Like, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? For y'all not to like each other so much, y'all really are fixated on each other. That needs to be studied. That's something that really needs to be studied right there. How y'all say that y'all hate and dislike each other so much, but y'all stay talking about each other in these comment sections. And I get it from both of y'all. Y'all weird. Y'all are just weird. Kenny Boone made a quote from the video. He said, a ratchet with a degree is still a ratchet. And those are facts. I said that. Those are bars, but people make it seem like once somebody that's ratchet gets an education, like they're just different. No, that's an educated ratchet. Like it don't make no difference. Just put her in the right circumstances. An educated ratchet is still going to be ratchet, and she's going to be out here fighting still with a degree on her back. It's like degree don't make it don't make a difference. It don't make a difference. It don't make a difference. So this person said, is this a space? Wait. Is this space trying to divide black men and women? Question mark. Especially the comments saying black women are finally being held accountable. I was at home baking cookies. I wasn't there fighting. So, ma'am, if you know that wasn't you, why are you talking? Why is your mouth overflowing? Why are you so ready to basically make a response? This is what I be trying to tell people. Black people are too overly emotional. Why are you making a response if I ain't talking about you? Ma'am, I don't even know who you are. I don't even know who you are. I don't even know how long you even knew about this channel, but yet you decided to pull up because you felt inherently that I was talking about you. Where? We've never dated. I don't know who you are. I don't even know what cookies you were sitting up there baking. Like, brother, what are we doing here? Like, this is what I be talking about. Like I said, this is why I love doing content, because one way or another, I'm going to be proven right. One way or another, it's going to happen. It is inevitable. Shout out to Thanos. It is inevitable. And I made some responses, right? So I quoted her. I said, "Is this space trying to divide black men and black women?" Question mark. I said, "I don't have the power to divide what was already divided and broken, and that is facts. Before I was even born, black men and women already had these issues and problems. So how are you going to sit up there and say that? Oh, is this space trying to do what? How is that possible? I don't have that power." It's amazing that whenever it's a black man, supernaturally, he has the power to do everything but things positively. And I've also gotten that as well too. Magically, it's like, as a black man with a platform, it's like all you do is negative, 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 negative. It's your fault, your fault, your fault, your fault, your fault, your fault, your fault. And what are you doing to change anything? You're further dividing black men and black women. Yo, it's crazy. And like I told people before, yo, whatever you need me to be, I'll be that, man. Whatever you need me to be, I will specifically be that directly for you, right? And then went back and forth. She was making further responses. I don't even feel like reading that. Whoa, wait, let me see. Let me actually go through. She said, "I don't know why YouTube keeps deleting my comments. To you, all I said was that I didn't know we were divided. At least in the circles that I am in, it's not like that." All right, so speak on your circles. We're talking about in general. I get tired. Like, this is what I be talking about. So many people talk about we need to be a group, but yet they're individuals at the same time. It's like, what are you doing? You're an individual, but yet you felt as though that I was personally attacking you. But then you're also at the same time saying that in the groups that you're in, y'all don't do and all this. Like, what? Like, huh? We're like, pick a lane to be specifically in. This is why I be trying to say, like, dog, stop trying to be in both lanes at the same. Pick a lane. Pick a lane. Just stay your ass in one place. That's all you got to do. Black people can't even stay still long enough to even hear a conversation. This is crazy. So the person underneath said that he's pushing this video to divide us. I believe they pay clowns like him. Video has nothing to do with black men being blamed, but he's twisting it to make it about black men versus black women. They must be paying him to sow more division. No better than Officer Tatum, the Hodge twins, and the rest of these clowns. Wow. Hold on, who is this? Oh, let me just look at you real quick. So, the True Doctrine of Christ Network. Okay, ma'am. Let me see. Let me. At the end of the day, I do all the content that I do because this is what I do. You really think that I'm getting paid buku bucks? Woo, man! This is hold on. Let me go back to that comment. Where was that comment at? Who was this lady again? Whoever this woman is, the true doctrine of I guess Christ or Christian network. Number one, this is why I told folks before, let this be a lesson to anybody out here whoever wants to question me about religion and what it is that I believe in. This is why I don't really mesh well with religious folks, because they're the most judgmental people directly out here. I know that I'm judgmental, but those who follow Christ are not supposed to be able to judge, because only, Jesus Christ, whatever, God has the power to judge. But yet I see black folks who are the highest Christians on Sundays. They always want to judge people. They don't love they don't live a variety of lives out here, but they the main ones that want to pull up to the scene judging people. How? You're taught not to, because you don't have the power or the ability to. But yet that's what you're sitting up here doing. That's some diabolical work. And then you're basically saying that you believe, aka you think, because you don't actually know if I'm getting paid to do this or not. And I'm not. This is the actual content creator making a response to this woman here, and I'm guessing she is a black woman. Let me just go back real quick. Let me just make sure. I don't have a DNA test. So for anybody out there, I don't have a DNA test to tell if she is just a melanated woman, a black woman, where is that she came from. For all intents and purposes, dealing with this video and how defensive people are getting, she's a black woman, right? So again, I'm not getting paid buku bucks from whoever you think that I'm like. Who do you think is paying me to do this? Like I'm just trying to. I'm just let me know. Who do you know is paying people to really sit up there? This is what I need you to do first. In order for you to understand how YouTube works, I need you to get your subscribers up. I think what is it? You got to get about at least like 1,000 like subscribers and like 4,000 watch hours. It might be a little bit different now because I think they put down the limit. But get your subscribers up and get your watch hours up, and then get monetized, and then come back to me and let me know how YouTube works behind the scenes, because it's very nerve-wracking to get people who are on the same platform but yet don't know anything about content creation. I'm highly confused. I'm highly confused. And this is why I sit up there and say in a lot of instances, people just don't have no business talking, especially when it deals with like content creation. A lot of people just don't have no business talking. Like you're just throwing out like theories, what ifs. You don't know specifically what is even going on. And then you're going to put me in the same box as Officer Tatum? The Hodge twins? So, all right. All right. So again, for anybody who is brand new here and y'all wonder why it is that I say the things that I say, look at the comments that I just so happen to get. Now I am Mantuan Daniels. I am Officer Tatum. I'm the Hodge twins. And I'm being paid in order to sow division amongst the black community. Even though I'm not even, you know what? We're just going to stick directly with that because I'm tired of going back and reiterating that I've done a variety of videos. I'm tired. The whole thing is tiring, right? We had another one. We had another one. Also, let me just reiterate again, because we got this person right here that pulled up to the scene. This person says, Cedric, quit lying and saying people are blaming the black man. You hate FBAs. And it shows it. I'm sorry, it's showing now you flip-flopping too much. Where am I flip-flopping to? Just let me know that real quick. Let me see. I got to take off this reminder because they were trying to force me to upgrade to Windows 11. Where am I flip-flopping directly on? Because, like I told people before, the craziest thing for me is knowing the fact that whenever I do videos, and again, or live streams, and I've gone off on black men in the community, I've thrown myself directly in the same hat. I never get this energy from quote-unquote black women. Why is that? Why is it that I don't get black women pulling up to the scene? Oh, you can't talk about all black men like that because my husband isn't like that. My fiance, my boyfriend, my sons aren't like that. My father isn't. My uncle, my grandfather. The black men from the 1900s that's buried in the grave right now. They were never. Why is it that I never get y'all pulling up to the scene defending or saying the same thing about black men? But whenever I'm talking about the black women out here that are either on social media or that I can give you a direct video of, magically it's time to get fully defensive. It's time to not know how to separate oneself from the situation, even though you all say that no black woman is the same. No black woman is the same, but the moment in time that you got black women out here being judged, now everybody is the same. Now everybody is a black woman. Everybody is a sister, no matter what life they live. No matter what it is that they do out here. Huh? That's like I said, it's some crazy work out here. That's some crazy work. Somebody said, Joanne Hernandez said, stop speaking in generalized language because when people see our own doesn't have respect for us, wait, what? You said stop speaking in generalized language because when people see our own doesn't have respect for us, how would others? People already didn't have respect for black Americans. I'm not exactly sure where you think or how people think that started because black people, quote unquote, started disrespecting themselves. A lot of black Americans have respect for themselves, dignity, value, all of those things. They've been had it since the inception and before the inception of this country. So I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little bit confused. And this is my problem with that, right? The crazy part is when I talk about black men and I generalize, I also throw myself directly within that exact same conversation. But again, I don't have y'all pulling up to the scene talking about don't do that. Why is that? That I posed that question just earlier, and I'm still trying to figure out why is that. I don't have somebody like you, Joanne, pulling up to the scene, but like, yo, Seji, don't generalize yourself within amongst the other black men of what you talk about because you're different and rah 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 and all. Y'all ain't saying that. So I'm like, why is this any different? Is different because now you're emotional because now you're offended, or like what specifically is it? Again, I'm confused. Right? So another person said, I don't get the point of the video. How would black men be blamed for this? This is simply about black women being told to leave, although they had nothing to do with the melee. They were unjustly targeted. Right? Now we got 9 comments directly under that. Same person from above said exactly. No one is blaming black men. The FBA men. Seji, he needs to stop. Only one person basically got it. There was out of all of the comments that I've seen, there was only about 3 to 4, if not maybe a handful, that pretty much got what it was that the message that was in the video and why it is that I stated what I stated, right? So Rosary basically said this. She said, I get it. So many of us black women blame our black men for just about everything, whether it makes sense or not. Some of us go through hoops to justify our behavior with excuses. No reflection, no accountability. This L is for sure on us, and it's exhausting. Do you see how simple that is? Do you see how simple this woman pulled up to the scene and she spoke within reason, within logic? She did not get emotional. It doesn't matter the words that I use. It doesn't matter the generalizations. She still got the message. That's the difference between somebody. That's the difference between a woman that is logical versus the other women in the comment section that are just purely running and dripping in emotion. Like I said, I got all the respect in the world for women like this because I can actually have a conversation and we can come to an understanding and build upon that understanding and come through or try to figure out a solution for this problem. That's easy to do. Like if you got more women out here like this, it's easy to sit up there and come up with solutions and fixes, but you don't. And that's the problem. And yes, I made a generalization. Because when I go on social media, I look at what all of the women are attaching themselves to. Women attach themselves to some of the most moronic music, moronic women, female entertainers, other female content creators that are talking a whole bunch of gibberish, emotionalness, illogical madness. And then you come directly to me and you try to say that I'm the problem. It's like, man, you might want to look at your circle. Look at what it is that you digest every single day when it deals with this digital landscape. I'm not the problem, man, it's you. But you just can't see it. So instead of looking at that, you want to make an excuse and you want to come through and say that I'm really the problem. AKA blaming the black man. And further going right back to what I said earlier, right? That's some crazy work. That's some crazy work. Diabolical. The true doctor, like I said, these are new comments. I didn't even see this. The true doctor said, this is why I'm starting to dislike you content creators. You out up. Wait. You out up a video about black women being unjustly blamed for another black woman's actions, but nobody anywhere is talking about a black man. Stop starting that ish and causing division. Do something to bring the community together and not further divide us. Just disgusting. Diabolical. So let's go to a comment directly here. And like I told one of these women here, I'm like, yo, you do realize that I just did about 3 to 4 to 5 videos where black women online were literally blaming black men for all of the kids jumping a black woman. And I'm like, I know that people don't watch my content. I know people don't pay attention. I know people just decide to pop up whenever it is that they see a title. Oh, he's talking about black women. Let me tune in for 5 seconds, and then let me leave a comment telling them about himself, and then let me dip off for whatever given amount of time up until I see a video that I want to comment on again because I personally feel offended. Because that's all that's happening, right? So Godson said, black men are getting blamed for the kids jumping the lady in Chicago. All were single mothers. What does that situation have anything to do with us? Black women raise them kids. They do sound like WS's. I get the same vibe, bro. You ain't alone. And the crazy part is there was a lot of women online sitting up there trying to talk about like, yo, where was the father? I did this, that, and the third. The father was at work. The black father was at work. The black father of the woman that has sickle cell, he was at work. And you had tons of women online that wanted to sit up there and start trying to smear and this and that and say all of these things, black men this and black men that. How is somebody explain to me right now in this comment section? We only got like 20 people here, right? I need somebody to let me know, how is a black man supposed to protect a black woman if he's out there providing, if he's out there working? Let me know. So on one end, it's like, yeah, he's with a black woman and he created a black family. Cool. He's out there providing. Cool. But at the same time, if you out there providing and being at work, you should still be out here protecting black women. How, brother? How do you just, how is it possible that just one group of men can just always take L's no matter which direction that they go directly in? Like, how does that work? Like, somebody has to let me understand. Like, I just do not know. Somebody said we all should be promoting solutions. What solutions? Because the craziest part is, any moment in time that I've placed solutions directly out here on this platform, anytime that I've placed solutions out here on this platform, nobody's listened. I giving people solutions when it deals with money. I giving people solutions when it deals with the nuclear family. I giving people solutions when it deals with black men and black women. I've given solutions when it deals with black kids. And for whatever reason, people just decide that they do not want to sit up there and listen. People don't want to pay attention. And then the main thing that I get from black women directly out here, they'll be like, well, Seji, you can't specifically lead because black men, you can't even lead yourselves. So up until you can lead yourselves, that's when you can come through with a solution and plan and actually lead us, because everything starts at the head and da da da. I'm like, dog, I ain't trying to hear this. I'm like, you asking for somebody, you're asking for a black man to come through with a solution, and one pulls up with a platform to give and deliver a solution. And even with that solution, you find a way to critique it and to smash it down and say that it's not good enough, that it's not applicable. Like, that's diabolical work. Diabolical work. Oh, you hurt my feelings. Joanne Hernandez is like, don't nobody care about you. Don't nobody know who you are. I mean, but you do now though, right? Because you're here. You could be, ma'am, you could literally be anywhere else on this whole planet when it deals with social media, but you decided to bring your ass directly right here. So obviously now you know who I am though, right? So now we're acquainted. Somebody, you big mad. You real triggered. Why is that? Why are you so triggered? Why are you so triggered? You said the solution is to mind your business. Nah, I'm not minding my business when it's on social media. I'm a content creator. Are you going to make me mind my business? No, you're not. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Like, you are majorly triggered, man. It's crazy work. It's crazy. Diabolical. That is diabolical. Like, man, you got a mouth directly on you. I already know how you talk to men out here. Like, you pull up to somebody else's like platform, and this is how you want to sit up there and speak. Now, I want to note, at no point in time was I actually disrespectful to, what is this, Miss Joanne? I wasn't cussing her out, didn't call her out of her name, but this is the type of animosity and anger that she brings directly to me. Color me surprised. Color me surprised. And y'all wonder why it is that y'all got men out here that are just like not trying to deal with folks. Y'all wonder why that is. Like, look at how you run your mouth towards a man that ain't even saying nothing directly to you. In a sense, I responded to your comment, sure. Was I disrespectful? No. Was I out of pocket? No. Were you? Yes, all the way around. You don't even know how to be cordial. Like I said, you out here as a woman talking like a sailor. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, dog, fix yourself. Get as a woman, get yourself together. You need to 100% get yourself together. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. Somebody said, what do you mean not enough views on those videos? So you rather the easy way and just generalize and antagonize and cause further division? I'm a little bit confused. What? Let me see. You said, what do you mean not enough views on those videos? So you rather the easy way? Da, 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 da. Okay, so you must be talking about something that I may have referred to in a previous video. I've been saying this for years. So let me reiterate. Who is this? Miss I'm just going to say Odd, right? So Miss Odd basically stated, what do you mean not enough views on those videos? So you would rather an easy way and just generalize and antagonize and cause further division. You do realize that I talk about everybody the exact same way. For whatever reason, it just seems as though that black women seem to be like, why are you doing this to us? I do this to white folks. I don't see black people. I don't see black women pulling up to the scene like, don't generalize all white folks. I do this to the Asian community. Don't generalize all. I do this to every single community out here. So don't think that you're special and you're getting some type of special prioritized type of treatment. I've done this for years. This ain't nothing new. I've done this as well when it deals with black men. So it's like I'm a little bit confused on how you think that you're just so special that I'm just not going to sit up there and do this. Like I said, everybody is going to get the exact same treatment here. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. Maybe y'all come from like other content creators who don't do stuff like that. That's cool. That's great. And you know, much love to whatever it is that those content creators do. But I'm not them. So the way that I talk and speak is the way that I talk and speak. If you don't like it, I don't know what to sit up there and tell people. No, I didn't say that I stopped. In a sense, I stopped doing it the way that I normally do it, which is making solo videos. Like I said, let me explain to you like this, right? How often do people naturally go to social media to seek out positive content? Let me know. Just how many times do people go to the movies and seek out positive movies? How many times do people listen to music and they seek out solely positive and highly vibrational music? Like I said, like people go for what it is that they are attracted to. And I understand this. I get this, right? And a lot of people set up to say you can't lead a horse to water. No problem. That's cool. So I'm going to meet people instead of me sitting up there trying to like walk 50 or 100 feet ahead of people. I'm going to meet people exactly where they are. So the stuff that I know that people like to see, this is exactly what you're going to sit up there and see. And within that content, I'm going to provide and give some type of solutions. But like I said before, when I provided these solutions, hey, people don't want to listen. I've given solutions to black dudes, and I don't really, in a sense, get a whole bunch of rah, rah, rah and fight back. Every now and again, I might get somebody that's like ignorant, but that's cool. That's whatever it is. But 9 times out of 10, when I've delivered videos like this and it deals with black women, I've always gotten some type of fight back, no matter the solution. Again, I've covered so many videos of black women being assaulted by Asian men directly at these beauty shops, these nail salons and everything. And I told black women like, yo, just start either do your nails at home, go to black owned shops, or, just separate yourself from that situation. And black women are still going to the Asians. So then I just got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm just going to, stop talking about it. I'm going to stop basically trying to give a solution or a warning out there, because y'all are going to do what y'all want to do at the end of the day. So it's like, it looks stupid upon me to keep giving energy to a situation that obviously the general population of black women don't really care about. Because again, if black women actually listened and paid attention, then Asians would no longer really be in the black community when it deals with a lot of these nail shops and these salons. It would be black owned businesses there. But here we are. Instead of Asians getting billions upon billions of dollars from black women in the community, it would be black women that own these nail shops and these salons that would be, in these beauty shops, that would be getting this money, and they would be getting the billions. They would become millionaires overnight. But that's not where we are. You said no, you would keep trying if what? If you believe in it. I believe in a lot of stuff. The one thing that, going through religious schools, the one thing that God set up there and said is that God basically blessed mankind with common sense. I got enough common sense to realize that I can't rationalize with a lot of irrational people, and I can't rationalize with a lot of emotional women. So at this moment in time, what I have to sit up there and do is sit back and allow people to fall so that they can understand their actions and how their actions got them to the point of falling. And then after they sit in that a little bit more, maybe then I can sit up there and pull up to the scene and be like, yo, do you need some help? Because before, initially, I used to be the main one, just off the cuff, like, yo, it looked like you need some help. Let me pull up. But then, you start going through all of this stuff out here, and people like, nah, black man, y'all ain't need it. We don't need you. Why even here? I didn't ask for your help. I didn't ask for you to give me a seat. I didn't ask for you to tell me to smile. I didn't ask for a good morning. I didn't ask for you to tell me that I'm beautiful. I didn't ask for you to acknowledge me. Like I said, going through and looking at all of this stuff directly out here, and you're sitting up here trying to tell me that, oh, well, if you really believe in it, then you would just keep doing it. Nah. If you're getting a certain type of treatment, I'm not going to keep going through the same route expecting different results. That's stupid. That is nonsense. Understand, at the end of the day, I'm a man at the end of the day. I have limitations when it deals with stupidity. I can be as patient as possible, but when it deals with blatant stupidity and ignorance, where people just willfully want to do this, nah, son, I'm going to let you sit directly there. The water is one step directly in front of you, but you opt to still stay on that other half of the desert. You don't want to dip your face in the oasis and drink from the water. You would rather sit up there and stay in that desert and still contemplate and call out God, like, God, Jesus, send me. I need some help. I need some water. It's right in front of you. Why didn't you move over? Oh, that's right. You want somebody to bring the water to you, right? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I've given solutions. So if people want solutions, they can come to those solutions. I'm not bringing a cup or a bowl of solutions directly to a person's doorstep. I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. And if you think that means that I just don't have any more belief in it, then like I said before, whatever people feel about me, being a villain or whatnot, whatever, it is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to Gail. Gail said, he quit preaching. 2/3 ain't going to make it. Forget about it. I mean, that's bars. That's facts. And Gail, every single time she pulls up, Gail does not miss. It's rare occasions that Gail will sit up there and just be missing. It's the OK Corral, and Gail is the one with the 6-shooter. Straight on the hip. Bow, 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 bow. It's like she is there. Old school said, facts. Many times black men told black women, create your own nail and hair shops and build your own beauty supply stores in the black communities. Again, I've said the exact same thing. I've even brought videos. I think I might have even talked about different grants and stuff that black women are able to sit up there and get, either if you are just a black woman or a black woman with kids. I've listed all of these things. And where has that gotten me? Nowhere. Nowhere. Like I said before, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. You don't understand it because you're not a black man and you're not out here sitting up there doing it. So you can only realistically just like see it from the side of just specifically being a woman. You said, what is your goal then? And you said, how do you apply this to real life and not just online? So are you talking about In which angle? Okay. So let me put it like this, right? I know a few black women that I have given information to, and they've actually moved out of the others that have come into contact with, out of the thousands that have over 6 years, out of the thousands that have come into contact with this platform. Less than a handful of the black women that I know have actually moved with any of the information that I've given out. So I am applying it. It is being applied in real life. And I do or am in contact with those women, and they let me know how things are going and transpiring and whatnot or whatever. And also in real life, there's other instances where I have informed people of certain types of information and that, hey, do this, do that, and all this other type, and people don't want to listen. Like I said, it's whatever people want to sit up there and do. So it's like the stuff that I do directly here is the same thing that I do directly in real life. I'm not sure why people think that it's like it's completely separate. Like it's, I don't know. I don't know. You said solutions and strategies. You said so your methods work better offline. No, it's just that those people decided to listen and actually take note and move. Like I said, those are women of action. That's the best way I can sit up there and tell you. Other women directly out here just don't want to do it, or they want to have stuff directly handed to them. Like there's no other way for me to sit up there and say it. Because you can't explain to me that you got different people out here giving black women advice on how to move and progress directly through life and make money and all of these things. And then you got black women out here still destitute, still just like in the exact same circumstances. There are fields of options for black women to sit up there and get money. Fields. There's fields of options for, black women to do, like I said, to just be like all stars. But again, as I keep commonly saying to a lot of people, I can't love you more than you love yourself. That's impossible. I can only give you so much. You have to sit up there and do that other 98, the other 98%. I can only do so much. I cannot love you more than you love yourself. Because once I'm gone, once I'm no longer here, now what? Now you're empty again. Now you don't know what to sit up there and do. Now you don't have no gusto. Now you don't have no moxie. Now you don't know how to push and actually move forward, because all of that energy, which was not even yours, it was not even built up from the source, which is you. Now that all of that is pulled away, now you're powerless. Now you're at ground zero. And now you're looking for somebody else to basically fill you up again, to sit up there and move you another 2 feet when you should actually be moving yourself. So it's like, he says, so that's a success. I'm just saying that you are effective, but maybe more so offline. We need solutions for the division. If you want the role of the shepherd, you must lead the right way. This is the thing that I told people before. I don't care about being a leader. And this is me being honest. I don't care. It's like, dog, this is just doing all of this and trying to deal with black people always running their mouth no matter what critiques that you give them, and it's for their best interest. I don't care. And that's just me being, a lot of other people are not going to sit up there and be honest. I don't care. I'm just going to be real. I do not care. I'm not trying to be the next Jesus. I'm not trying to be a God. I'm not trying. I'm me. I'm me. And the main thing that I did was build this platform so that I can give out information directly to black people, and hopefully speak to black people so that maybe a message can get through so that we can be better. But like I said before, what I've noticed is with the types of comments and things that I've gotten over time, a lot of black people don't want better. A lot of black people just want the exact same circumstances, the exact same things, so that they got something to complain about. They're not trying to do or want to do anything different. I'm just going to be real. There's no other way that I can sit up there and put it. And I'm talking in generalities, whatever you want to sit up there and put it as. Like I said, it's tiring. Y'all don't actually understand what that means, but it's tiring. Like I said, I've gone through it with family. I've gone through it on here, going through it in real life. It's tiring. No matter what you try to sit up there and do, no matter what examples that you can try to sit up there and give, no matter what actions that you can sit up there and show, what I've understand and learned is that it is not enough for black people to understand and see it. They just want more, 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 more. You got to do this. Now you got to do this. Now I'm not getting paid to do all this. Ain't nobody backing me to sit up there and do all of this. I'm sitting up there spending my actual life source and energy trying to sit up there and do this, trying to give any little bit that I got left that, yo, I love y'all out here. I want y'all to sit up there and do better. That's still not enough for black people. It's like, man, I ain't trying to hear you sit up there and say that online. What's the groundwork that you actually doing? What doors you actually knocking on? What kids you actually talking to, brother? What women you sitting up here sheltering and building houses for, brother? That's real love. That's what you need to be doing as a black man. I'm like, dog, miss me with all that. Because if you actually cared as a person, you would sit up there and actually do it. Instead of coming to me and telling me that this is what I need to do. You go do it since you see the problem. But like I said, nobody out here really wants to be a leader. But people just don't want to be honest about it. I'm sitting up there standing for my stance. I don't really care. Because even if I worked myself to the bone to try to be that leader that black people wanted me to be, it still wouldn't be enough. I still wouldn't live up to what it is that they feel that a black leader, a black male leader should be. I still don't have enough education. I still don't have enough masculinity. I still don't have enough this, still don't have enough that. There's always something I'm going to be missing of the reason why it is that black people would never sit up there and follow me. So I'm like, y'all got it. You got it. You got it. Like I said, and again, and I've stated this before, a lot of other content creators are not going to be honest about stuff. And I get it, and I understand it, and I do not sit up there and fault them for it, nor do they even try to have these conversations. Again, I don't fault them for it. They got something good that's rolling, something good that's happening. Keep that going. Keep that going. So another way that I sit up there and try to be like an example or a solution to certain things is that I use the conversations that I have here. Because the conversations that I have here of me being honest and trying to be as transparent as possible, these are the conversations that are not going to make money. These are going to be the conversations that a lot of black people are going to sit up there and hate. These are going to be the conversations that black people are not going to tune into. So basically what SEIJIHITO is saying is that if you want to make money, you stay away from conversations like this. You don't entertain comments from the comment section once it starts getting to that point. You just overlook it and ignore it. You keep doing the same content that you've been doing, the content that brings you money. Because at the end of the day, realistically, don't nobody actually care directly about you. And I'm talking about for the content creators. And I'm being as honest as possible. I have to sit up there and be real. One of the realest things that somebody told me at my job was a guy by the name of Eric. Shout out to Eric. He sat up and said, like, yo, baby boy, like, and I was working that job for some years, right? People share stories and families, but he was like, yo, baby boy, let me be honest with you. Like, yo, ain't nobody here like your friends. Like, ain't nobody here really your family. It's like, yo, it's cool that we talk and whatnot here, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like, it is what it is. And that was a conversation that hurt, but it was the most realist and truthful conversation that I needed to sit up there and hear. Because in my mind, I was living in an illusion. I thought that because we worked together, we were sharing stories about families and all this other type of stuff, and even sharing food, that there was some type of like thing there. But in reality, that was just me. And like I said, that's the reality that a lot of people are still directly caught in. They're caught in that reality of like, yo, everything is everything. And no, it's not. No, it's not. Like, who was that woman that was up above? She said, what was that, Joanne? How she sat up there and came up to the scene. She was like, yeah, don't nobody know you. Don't nobody care about you. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. In the realest of everything, like, nobody actually really cares. A lot of people are actually fully selfish, and it shows. So it's crazy to me knowing the fact that in reality, and I'm talking in generalities, right? I like saying that word, right? In general, we know that everybody is selfish and everybody is for self. So it's crazy to me how a lot of people are sitting up there, want to tell me like, yo, man, you got to sit up there and like think about everybody else. Like, you got to try to, help out and do this and do that. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But it's like at the end of the day, who actually like, who is going to do the same thing in reverse for me though? 9 times out of 10, though. You get what I'm saying? You see how uneven that basically is? You see how the numbers, how the math ain't mathing on that? But the only person that looks crazy is the person that's basically speaking. Nobody else looks crazy. It's only the person that's speaking that looks crazy. Some diabolical work. That is some diabolical work, right? But anyways, we're going to keep going. So now we got the classic comment up here by Wonderful. She said, "Today's black men can't protect themselves. We know they can't and won't protect us." let me tell y'all something. So going back to what Miss Odd stated earlier, right, about solutions and things of that nature. And Miss Odd, again, I saw you when you said that you're not attacking me. I get you. I was just going off on examples and things of that nature. That was just a catalyst. It happens that way. Again, it's free form. This is a live stream. This is what tends to happen, right? So going back to what you said earlier, right? You got this person here that decided to say that, today's black men can't and won't protect themselves. There was a point in time, and I told this story before, there were technically multiple points in times, but the one main point in time that I can recall was the moment that I was helping this lady. It was a black woman. I was helping this lady with her baby carriage, right? She got off of the bus across the street. The curbs of the street are brand new, so they're higher than normal, right? They're not like the average curbs that you would normally see. So she would have to basically lift up the carriage and put the baby on like the concrete. So what I grew up basically doing with helping black women was like, being younger, high school and stuff like that. If I saw a black woman that needed help with the carriage, like I'm going to sit up there and like help. Like if I gotta, just do a little lift up or whatever it is, I'll do that. I sat up there and helped out, like this woman, and she just looked at me like I was an eyeball. She looked at me like she potentially wanted to, I guess, maybe cuss me out, but then she just like left it, and I'm like, I'm not doing this again. I'm like, all it takes is like one good time. I'm like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing it because that right there, that made me feel very uncomfortable. And I'm like, yeah, this is a feeling that I never want to feel again. And I'm not going to give the opportunity for that to even happen again. And I also want to note, I didn't even get a thank you for that either. Did not even receive any type of a thank you at all. Like I said, just common courtesy. I'm not sitting up there saying like, oh, you think anytime you do something for a woman that you should automatically receive gratitude. I mean, if you respect people and somebody's doing something nice to you, it should be a genuine thing for you to actually like, hey, thanks, or that's what's up, or what, just being cordial. Yeah, nah, that's no. And that's reality. So I mean, I got other instances as well too, but that's just the one main thing that stuck because I've been doing that for the longest time possible. I ain't never in my life seen some foolishness like that. I'm like, maybe I am doing too much. Like maybe I guess I am weird for trying to, actually help them. Lesson learned. But this person here wanted to say that, black men can't, protect themselves. I'm like, and what, like, you do know that we had like slave revolts, right? Where black men fought. You do know that we had the Black Panthers and other types of groups directly out here. You do know that black men, created, you had the Crips and the Bloods. And originally those gangs were there to protect the community from the police and things of that nature, right? We got a multitude of groups out here, right? For a variety of reasons that are probably lost in the annals of history. But now we're at a point in time where this is a comment that I keep seeing that people want to keep spinning about black men, which is crazy to me. But I'm like, you got black men that protect black women every single day, but it's like you opt never to look at those black men. You just want to focus on what it is that you can focus on because you just want to have something to complain about. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, why not surround yourself as a woman? Why not surround yourself with men who will value and protect you? Why keep paying attention to men that you don't care about and men that ain't out here doing the things that you want them to specifically do? Like, that just does not make sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And that goes back to what I said earlier, that you just got a lot of folks out here that just want something to complain about. It's crazy work. Somebody said, who said anything about black men? I think, well, let me see if I can get the response for that one. Same person, this Eevee, whatever. I'm just gonna call the person Eevee like a Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. Said no one says you be flip flopping and he hates on FBA women. I really feel as though, because I've blocked quite a few people like this before in the past because they were just spamming countless times on 99 different videos. I feel as though that this is somebody, because the energy from this comment seems very similar from somebody who I used to have a back and forth with in the comment section. And then it just got to the point where I'm like, nah, now you're just talking like real crazy. I'm like, we gotta pack you on up. And you just came back later with a whole nother thing. And this is the thing too. Like, if you, for me being a black male content creator, if you don't actually like the content, what's the reason for you actually being in the comment section? Like, why would you actually seek attention from me? Like, you're showing up under several different threads saying the exact same thing that you already said originally that I think I gave a response to. It's like, what are we doing here? Some crazy work, right? So then I sat up there and made a response to that person. I said, y'all either say that I hate black women, which is true, black men, true, the black community, true, myself, true, or whatever else that y'all can come up with, right? So next we had this person, the divine MSM, right? Said that the real question I have said is, when are you going to talk about black mothers being deleted 4 times the rates of their non-black counterparts and the 2 women mistreated in active labor and Andrea Smith? I don't know who Andrea Smith is. But going back to what you stated about the black mothers, I've talked about those stories before. I've had live streams. I don't know what else you want me to sit up there and do. I mean, you got black women out here that's doing the job way better than I ever can. They literally made platforms and making money directly off of that content that you're talking directly about. So I'm a little bit confused on why you would even need me to regurgitate, in a sense. Hold on. So again, I'm not sure why you would want me to regurgitate the same talking points, the same information as the other black women that have platforms have already been doing longer than I've been a content creator. That's a little bit weird. And then you said that why not talk about the 2 black women that was mistreated in active labor? I've talked about before this whole thing. I talked about black women being mistreated at hospitals. I even gave a short little clip. I actually showed a picture that somebody took from a book where it specifically detailed by race how serious doctors are supposed to sit up there and take each woman of different races. Like I said, I've done this. It's not my fault that people don't go back and actually look at the content that I do. And then they decide to pull up and still state that, yo, Seji, you never covered any of these topics. You don't talk about none of these things when it deals with black women. I have, and I've done it. It's like, I'm like, you want me to keep regurgitating and saying the exact same things. Like, it's not, I don't know what you want me to do. So going back, so this is what I was saying to Odd. This is why I brought you up earlier. One of the solutions that I gave to black women, I was like, yo, I'm not Superman. I can't, this ain't the Daily Planet. You ain't, nobody out here's like, Jimmy with the watch where you can just, beam me up Scotty and I'm just instantly there. And there's not like a truck, an 18-wheeler full of black men on every single corner waiting for something to happen to a black woman. So the main solution that I sat up there and gave was that black women got to go out here and get some self-defense training and learn how to shoot. Go to the shooting range instead of going out to a club, spending money on hair and nails and all this other type of stuff. Start buying bullets, start buying guns. I gave that as a solution. And even with that, people said that it was problematic. It was like, oh, instead of you just being a man and defending us, you want us to be the man to defend ourselves. What? I'm like, how do we get here? I'm like, dog, I don't know you. I don't know you, brother. I don't know you. So I'm like, like I said, the amount of comments that I've gotten that are just like illogical and just don't make sense, it's just it's wild. It is 1,000% wild, man. Let me tell you. So it's crazy work out here. And then this clown comes back talking about rights. And then the other person says, Seji, you be gaslighting. Wow. Divine said, I'd be happy to watch. Please provide the links to your last video with black women's maternal mortality rates. I would love to hear your thoughts. Go find it. Go find it. Go find it. I'm not a librarian. There's about 2 to 3,000 videos that we got directly up here in between the shorts, in between the short form and long form content and the live streams. I am not a dog. I am not a librarian. You, as a grown adult, you want this information, you better go through those videos and sit up there and find it. I am not about to do that. I'm not doing, like I said, I get tired of people sitting up there like, yo, all right, so you say you did it as a black man. So now as a black man, I need you to go fetch for me. No, you can go fetch yourself. We're not doing that. We ain't doing that. Go find it. Go find it, dog. Right? This is crazy. Diabolical work. Somebody, and I quoted this person here that said, this is one part that I agree with, said that black women must start a movement to condemn the ratchet behavior and the 304 narrative, right? And that's facts. That's one of the main things that I wanted to happen initially, but that does not really take place and happen because when you look at the music, there's a lot of ratchets out there in music and they get supported by who? Black women. And I'm like, you can't say that like you are not with the ratchet behavior, but yet you prescribe and subscribe to the ratchets. Like it don't make any type of sense. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it is just me. The divine MSM said, why would black men be blamed unless one of the, I guess that was supposed to be them, turned up to instigate? Then that wouldn't be a black man that did that. Actually, that'd be somebody from the community that did that just so happens to be a black man. I need people to learn how to separate that. People gotta learn how to separate it. Somebody said, Negro Raven said, because y'all blame black men for everything. That's why no one has any respect for you. Somebody else just same person returns, said, exactly. Where are the comments saying that the black man is the, like, it's crazy that you specifically want the comments, but you're not looking at the fact that I'm talking about in the whole scope of things, right? In the whole scope of things, no matter what a black man does, he will get blamed for it somehow or another. These are facts. I'm not fabricating anything. I've literally given y'all videos countless times, even showcase comments on my own platform where this has even come through and happened directly to me. And I was to blame for something. And I was like, I'm not even in the same state and cities. I don't even know who this dude is. What? I'm like, all right, but you got it. You got it. So basically, I feel like, let me see, Divine and Evie and the True, they must all be a part of the exact same grouping, right? The True said, because he's pushing a false narrative against black women, I think that they pay ninjas like this to destroy our community. And I want to note that when she said ninjas, you clearly understand and know what it is that she was trying to refer to me and call me, which again, like I said before, how old are you again, ma'am? Um, you you shouldn't even be saying that. Like, realistically, I'm just like, you should be within the wisest of ages at this moment in time, where that's not even a part of your vocabulary, right? You could have said men, you could have said guys or people, something, but that's specifically like, this is what I'm trying to convey to a lot of people. I'm like, I get so much disrespect and I ain't calling nobody out their name. Now I could sit up there and crash out. I could crash out like I have in other streams, and I could just sit up there and just start saying a whole bunch of stuff and just not caring, because I've done that. I've done that. I've done that to the T. But like I said, what would be the use of me doing this right now? right? I'm just trying to figure out in that video when was I being disrespectful and calling these women out? Like I said, I try to tell people like I hate certain terminologies that people want to sit up there and use, especially when it comes towards me. And I especially hate it when I see black women refer to me as that. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I'm like, because if I were to call you out of your name, if I called you like a B or H or whatnot, or whatever, now it's a fight. Now you're trying to get your goons that's in your family in and out of jail and prison, right? You're trying to get your YNs directly on me because I called you and disrespect you out of your name, right? But when it deals with me, it's like, no, that's whatever. Okay. Yo, it is wild. Got another person, what is it? Miss Rain said, this fool is stupid. The ignorance you just spewed, and you are the only one blaming black men. I didn't actually blame black men. I said, how will black men be blamed for this? It was a question. I didn't blame him. Like, didn't I put a question mark? I'm not even about to go up to the video, but I could have sworn I put a question mark directly out there, right? Freaking ignorance to the hate that you just spewed. Speak about you black men continuously putting each other in the same grave and leave your hate for all black women out of it. Now I hate all black women and I don't ever talk about black men crime within proximity when it deals with black men. Gotcha. Okay. Stop black men from killing each other and calling it natural to act like animals. Are you black? It's like, let me hold on. Let me look at this real quick. Hold on. Let me see who you are. Let me just see this real quick. You know, it bothers me when I know that this is more than likely an older woman and you got this dated picture. This picture looked like it was probably from like the 2000s. You got this dated picture up there as your profile. Not no recent picture or anything like that. And you got hold on. She said, unless I'm bored, rarely do I respond to idiots after leaving a comment. If you get a response from me, it would be just to trigger you even more. For the most part, social media is just an entertaining pastime, nothing more. So this woman clearly stated that she doesn't even care about the actual conversation. By her own profile, by her own admission, she's stating that the only reason that she came to a black male's platform and content was to start something. So why, oh why should I take other women serious when they come up to the platform? If and then again, this is directly on her platform. This is what she said, as if this is Twitter. I'm like, that's wild to me. So you're just here just to just start stuff, not even to really have a. Brother. Lord have mercy. Lord help me. Now I got to scroll back down. Like, this is wild, dog. This is wild. Also, shout out to all of my moderators. Much love, respect, and appreciation to those who are part of the membership. Anybody who has donated over the years, bought t-shirts and things of that nature. Shout out to y'all. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Like, this is diabolical. Wait, did I read that one? Oh yeah, we read that one earlier because the other lady responded. Let me see. Now I gotta scroll right back down. It's gonna take a minute for this to load. Yep, we're getting there. Somebody said this is a black-owned restaurant. No, it is not. Yeah, there we go. So let's see the responses. Did I respond? I think I did. Maybe I did. Right. Meth said that this is an example of the kind of black women you leave for the white men. Can't help them. Build with them, work with them. They hate you, black men. Do not forget that. Rage said, I wonder if OP is one of those black women who gets in her feelings over SEIJI calling out certain black women for their behavior or for hating black men in general. Another person said, hood-ish, kill each other, not productive, so-called black men, shaking my head. And yeah, the only response I have for her, I was like, this stupid fool. Yeah, like I said, it's like nothing about your comment was actually productive or for the basis of trying to formulate a middle ground so that a conversation could just be had. It was nothing but emotions. Now, if she would have worded this differently and came at the topic differently, could have actually had a structured conversation. Can't sit up there and do that with emotional people. But again, she said that she did this only for entertainment purposes. So really can't sit up there and take it serious. Right? Can't take it serious. Uh Marty said this should also be an example for all of the Boule members that think that they are some other kind of black. No one rises above the conditions of the people. That is facts. That is facts. Look at the comments. One person said, when it's the dominant society, they will always lone wolf their white ratchet trash. Another person said, stop being stupid. If I'm not involved in nonsense, don't include me in it. It has nothing to do with me. It's good that they're suing. More of this needs to happen. Stop including decent people in this mess that has nothing to do with them. Marty said, who's being stupid? You're missing the point. In a system of WS, black folks don't get judged as individuals. We get judged as collective, which is what happened here. Like I said, throughout the main thing, few people that actually got it. Few people that actually got the point through everything that I set up there and stated, through everything that I've been saying directly over the years. And I'm like, it's crazy that only a few get it, but it's like the other ones that want to come through and argue, it's like they're just, where did he go, George? Where did he go? Where did he go, George? It's like they just can't see nothing. And I'm like, is it that you don't want to see it, or that you can't actually see it, or is it both? Like, I'm not sure, because I wear glasses professionally, so I'm not, as somebody who is visually impaired, I'm just a little bit, concerned on how everybody else with 20/20 vision, they can't see. Everybody is out here like Stevie Wonder. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Let me see. Oh, wait, we have somebody else in here. Yo, what is up, Hack? What is up? What is up? What is up? Hack said, time and time again, you've tried to help black people just for your nuggets of wisdom to be ignored. Yeah, and like I said, it gets tiring. It gets tiring, dog. Like it's like it's like, why am I here? I could have been doing anything else. I could have been doing anything else and just been like successful. But for whatever reason, in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I want to come through and I want to do something for my people. I want to come through and do something for my people. I think that would be a good idea. Yep. And that's what I did. And I'm here. I'm here having a fight for my life for all of these years. That's crazy. That is crazy, crazy, crazy. You said, but if that is your nature to help someone regardless of who they are, that's a positive character trait. To have, why hide it away if one person lets you down? What I'm saying is, it's not even just that one person. This is multiple. What I'm saying at the end of the day is, when you are the type of person where people can spot certain things within you, people will use that and they will abuse that. And you're not going to sit up there. I might have been, when I was younger, completely played for a fool, in which I was, because I wasn't able to realize a lot of things. But now, as the grown adult that I am at this moment in time, that's not happening. So yeah, that means that, as a lot of women would sit up there and say, with black men, have discernment in the women that you deal with. I'm going to have discernment on the women that will actually get, hey, I'm going to be nice to you, or hey, I'm just, we're both invisible to each other. It's, like I said, that's, I have the right to sit up there and do that, because just like black women sit up there and say that everybody is not entitled to their energy, everybody's not entitled to their femininity. Every woman out here is not entitled to me to be nice to them, and that's just facts. I'm not going to be nice to you just because you're a woman. I can be cordial directly to you, but I'm not going to be nice to you just because you're a woman. Like, that's, for me, that's played out. I'm not doing that no more. I'm like, you got that. I'm like, I can be cordial. You say hi, I can say hi back, but that's it. I'm not about to, go out there randomly. Let me help you with your groceries and do this. No, no, no. Like I said, I was raised a certain type of way, but I was also raised not to be stupid and not to be a fool. Shout out to my mom. So, like I said, I got to practice what is preached directly to me. Right? Yo, Yaz, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? Yo, Ty, what is going on? What is going on? Gail said Joanne looks like a tether slash divester. She would definitely tell Massa about the escape plan. Yeah, yeah. Gail said, I would go for the money, Seji. You're trying to reason with willful ignorance. They know better. Just do you. Well, Gail, the toughest part directly about that is because, I've been doing this for so long. It's a little bit difficult to just be like, all right, let me go out here and just like chase some money real quick and and just get the bag. It's very tough to do that. I've made a road specifically for myself, and usually when it deals with a task, I will try to see it out. I'm gonna try to see, how far we can sit up there and get, and how long we can sit up there and do, this directly for it. Like I said, at the end of the day, the only people that can determine if the lifespan for me doing this is pretty much done are basically the people. So the moment in time that basically dwindles short, and I see less and less and less and less and less. You start seeing videos go down to like 50 views, even though I clearly got, almost close to like 50K subscribers up here. That's letting me know, all right, time to pack it up. I am not needed anymore. The people have spoken, right? That's pretty much what I use to measure a lot of stuff. That's what I use to measure a lot of stuff. Let me see. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into what I was originally going to do the live, right? Which are the videos, right? Which is normally what people are actually here for. Also, shout out to the 22 viewers that are currently here at this moment in time. Much love, respect, and appreciation. I just had to get that through because I'm like, I didn't feel like making that into like a solo video like I normally would. So I'm like, it's whatever. And then 9 times out of 10, the people that show up in the content, in the comment section, they don't actually pull up to live stream. So it's whatever. So now we're going to go to a video, and I want to hear people's opinions directly on this, right?
But I don't find the quarter zip shit funny because I also didn't find it funny a couple years ago when all those black men put on suits and then stood around in suits. I don't understand what men in general, but especially black men's obsession is with defining themselves by their clothing and not really actively doing any. It's not deeper than just like, well, we can put on suits. I can also put on a suit. What is the point that you're trying to make here? Like, it's like costume. Like, let's dress up as the social idea of success or productivity or decent, productive human being. I don't know. I don't even understand what y'all are trying to communicate to us. Y'all are constantly like essentially dressing up as white men. Like, that's kind of the underlying idea. Suits, quarter zips, like associating yourself with this like stereotypically white style.
I got you, Pink.
Hello? Do y'all not see how that's one, offensive to you as a black person, upholds white supremacy, but is also reductive of your like humanness? I don't know. It's like everything all the time with them. Nothing latches.
Oh, this is why I sit up there and try to tell a lot of people that it doesn't matter what black men do. It's always an L. There's always somebody out here to start speaking like when I saw the video of like young dudes basically swapping clothes, I'm like, I'm proud of y'all. It's like, all right, so that's one mental thing that you're doing. And usually once people start dressing different, they start actually moving in a different way as well too. But it's like this bird brain right here is like, nah, I need y'all to sit up there and just dress like how black dudes dress. So I guess what? So we're just supposed to be what, like sagging pants, oversized jeans, jogging pants, and sweatsuits everywhere. And then you sit up here saying like we're just basically dressing like white men. So okay, for the black men here, let me just let you know this. What she's basically saying is that you're copying white men in order to get white women because you think, therefore, even though you're black, you think that you're a white man. For me, that's what I got. Because she can't tell me what dressing as a black man actually is because she's not a black man. So, and she's probably not even interested. I'm just going to be real because I'm like, this whole thing was just completely stupid. I covered something similar to this back when black women were screaming online about, oh my God, these black men dressing in suits, just standing still. They're just out there in groups, in suits. What are you doing? Go out there and build something, get an education, be productive. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. It's like, it's a loss. It's a loss everywhere. Jesus Christ. You can't win, dog. You can't win. Young dudes are sitting up there trying to just dress different, to have a different perception. Maybe they want to feel better about themselves. Maybe they want to be like complimented and people to see them differently. Like maybe they want to have a different effect on a community. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh man, I want to just pull my hair out. Like this is just like y'all people just don't know how tiring this is. People don't know how tiring this is. Like this is crazy. That's crazy. That's diabolical. Yo, Lee Run, what is up? What is up? What is up? You said you don't remember me, but you said get into tech, and that's what I've done. And now I have an app that I built. Yo, congratulations. Yo, congratulations. What's the name of the app? Congratulations on that. Like I said, it's tough, to see, a lot of stuff, every now and again, but like I said, it helps because you get inundated with a lot of nonsense, every single time. Like I kid you not. But like I said, much love and respect for you even hearing out my information and even the video or the live stream that I might have did and gave you the information and you ran with it. Shout out to you. Shout out to you and your whole bloodline. Like I said, you're gonna have many great things that you are going to create and do. It's gonna be a lot of stuff coming in your direction. You know, shout out to you. Low value male said all while wearing a blonde wig. Mm. Well, the lady in the comment section, well, the commenter, I ended up finding a video on TikTok, and she said that that's her actual hair. It's just, I guess, dyed in the front. I guess that's like the ombre or faded blonde. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Um, like I said, I don't question. I don't even try to even go that deep no more because I'm like, it's whatever. It's like I get it. Everything is up when it deals with black men and judging them and critique. I get it. It's cool. I get it. It's constant at the end of the day. She's a black woman. It has to be true and it has to be so, and everybody's gonna believe it. I got it. Like I said, I get it. It's like I said, she's making her money. She's making her manyan, you know, as people say nowadays. So, hey, only thing I can do is just showcase it and report directly on it. And somehow, some way, somebody will have a problem with me even speaking on it. That's crazy work. It's crazy, crazy work. But yeah, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. So let's go. Let's take it from a blast from the past, and we're gonna have a man from the community basically speak on the nonsense because I know a lot of people don't like it when I say it. So I'll let him basically explain what I was saying.
Too much with them black men in the suit. Because I'm a strong believer, whether you agree or not, everybody should have a place where they go meet other like-minded people like themselves and just feel comfortable. You may not agree, you may not like it, but that's you. It is what it is. But I think I was more confused by the backlash because, like, literally was not going to affect your day, What if it was black men in the suit, black women in the dress? They just wanted to get together and do their thing just by themselves. It wasn't going to hurt just to be like, and scroll past. We see the same image every year. But for some reason this time, can y'all do something with them suits? Don't get it twisted. They look nice. But are y'all going to lunch, dinner, church? They just going to stand in line and pose. My cousin, baby daddy's in this line. He never held or even seen his son. Don't even pay child support. It's just kind of like, shut.
So hold on. So you see what that woman wrote? Like, dog, don't nobody. You said my cousin's baby daddy is in this line. He has never held or even seen his son. I don't even know if that's even true or not. But it's just a random woman up here just like saying something. She didn't even point out who the guy specifically was so that potentially that guy could see the post and make an actual response to what that woman is sitting up there saying. This is why I be having a problem with a lot of women just talking online blindly and just saying stuff because they can't actually back up their stuff with facts. They'll just say whatever it is that they want to say, and then other women are going to believe it because they're trauma bonding. Oh yeah, I know men like that. I got a baby daddy like that, and I see men in my family and that. I'm like, dog, just shut up, just shut up. Like, dog, nobody's caring about none of the stuff that you talking about. Everybody's looking at the fact that all the black dudes out here, they're dressed to the nine. Everybody looking nice. They got their sons directly out there with them. And that also killed two birds with one stone, literally, because a lot of black women would sit up there and say, oh, black men ain't around their sons. They don't do this. But you got black fathers out there. What are we talking about? You say that black fathers don't exist, but yet you got a video with black fathers directly in it, and y'all still find a problem. Come on, brother. Come on, man. Come on.
The fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when it's you in return, you want to go to your spaces and just be freely in your spaces, you should do that. The only reason I can see so many people get riled up because the part that said positive image. But you know, to them and their ideology, it is a positive image, you know? Let's call a spade a spade. What's the harm in seeing a black man in a suit dressed nice and get together with a bunch of other like-minded men? Nothing. Even if they was tacky or looked a mess or whatever. It's one of those, and keep going. Why project those insecurities out there? You know?
Yep. One key part that he said that those black women are projecting their insecurities. Yeah, because you see the way that these dudes are looking, and you know that when these dudes are dressed up, that they have a variety of options that women are going to be looking at them. And you know that you would have to do a lot in order to sit up there and get noticed amongst the field of women that are going to be sitting up there looking at them, trying to get their attention or chase them down. So you want those guys to, in a sense, don't do that and to sit up there and dress down because you feel as though when they dress down, you can then do some half-assetry and then appear in front of them. And then you're like God's greatest gift and you're the only option for them. Nah, brother, we're not doing that. Like I said, that's crazy. Like I said, the mental gymnastics that people sit up there and do when they know that it's tough for them to basically compete amongst other women is crazy. And like I said, that man right there is right. He can see it. He already knows what it is. But anyways, let's continue. Matter of fact, no. I saved this one. Let me go to this video here because I want to talk about this, right? So I just want to preface this by saying that this is a rapper by the name, I think her name should be like Caribou. She was with Little Yachty or Little Boat. I know a lot of y'all don't even know who that is. It's, you know, but whatever. Both of them are rappers. But this one right here, I need for a lot of women to just get a backup plan and stop thinking that just going into the entertainment industry is the end all to be all, and that let me just let her speakers.
To which means pretty much it doesn't end, and I can't drop music at 360 times 2, which means pretty much it doesn't end, and I can't drop music right now. So the only way I can really get money right now is if I sell pussy or do Twitch. And so I'm gonna just do Twitch. So like, if you want to help me and my 3 kids and my uncle and my uncle's wife and just help me, hey, then sub up.
I'm just trying to figure out for the women out here, because I've heard stuff like this before. Why is the last resort for a lot of women talking about like, yo, I'm just gonna go sell something real quick. Let me go to OF real quick. I'm like, so nobody's gonna go to trade schools? No, nobody's even like looking at like a college or entrepreneurs, like something like that. That has to be the end. Like, what is even happening here? Or just even working a normal job? It's like, all right, cool. Your music ain't selling like it used to. Go out there and get a normal job. So you can't get a normal job, champ. Like you just can't do that. You can't work a normal 9 to 5 or something like everybody else. Or you think that you're just too good to be doing that. So you're like, all right, I'm not trying to work a normal job and have a clock and work for somebody else, but I'll either take the 2 options of doing Twitch or I'm going to sit up there and do an OF. I need a lot of women to talk to their daughters. I need a lot of women to talk to their daughters because I'm just going to be honest. There's a lot of dudes out here that are in their children's lives, and it don't matter if the father's there or not. you know, you got a lot of women out here that went to different forms of entertainment and they got fathers directly in their lives and they still opted to do it. So yeah, I need people to miss me about, you know, the whole thing of fathers being there because it don't matter. Like I said, I've known girls who have fathers and they were as wild as can be. The father's in the house, he is there, he is structured to do set up there and work. Like I said, wild. Wow. Like I said, it was crazy to me to hear these things back in, you know, the teens and early 20s. Crazy work. I'm like, y'all got y'all fathers here. And I'm like, y'all out here acting like this. I'm like, man, y'all just be doing whatever. Just be doing whatever. It's like some crazy work. What was it? Gail said, womp, womp, womp. Hack said the world's oldest profession. Yeah. Like that's great. Just go out there and get a job, dog. Just go out there and get a job, do a trade or create something. Like that's usually what women sit up there and do. They create, you know, some type of like nice smell goods and women just go out there and buy it because this female is a celebrity and she got a celebrity to her. Like I said, I don't know who these celebrities hang around with or who their management is, but people do not take like into account their presence, no matter how big, mid, or small it is. Like she could really leverage everything that she has in order to just create something else, but she's not doing that. Like I said, man, people just, I don't know, a lot of people just are lost out here, right? And speaking on the entertainment industry, we're going to go directly to, we got 3 entertainers at a moment of time. I think this should be Summer Walker.
That's what I was saying. Like
right? I think this should be Summer Walker, right? I just want to start off by saying this. I've talked about the side chick culture every now and again at a point in time because there was a lot of women out here that would always complain about like dudes having like multiple women. But I'm like, a lot of these multiple women know that the guy basically has somebody. So this is a clear-cut example. When it deals with the entertainment industry, Summer Walker said that she would rather be a side piece versus the main one because she doesn't really like the guy. And the guy that she's also was with is engaged to a woman. So I'm like I told people before, a lot of women choose the men that they want to be with. A lot of women pick and choose the men that they want to be with. And people refuse to acknowledge this. People refuse to listen. So let's just listen to Summer Walker here.
I just want to be the side. That's what I was saying. Like, I just want to be the side and I just want you to chill. I don't like him enough to lay up next to him every day. I don't even know how you do it. I'm not going to start talking about him. You know, I'm not going to start talking about him, but you know the things about him. Girl, I don't know how you do it. I was just trying to play my little position. He clearly won't stop, and you know he's obsessive. You can like say that you're going to leave him alone, and he will just call you back to back to back. Get to call your friends, get to call your manager, get to call your assistant, get to sending stuff. Da, 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 da. It's like free money. So why would you just, every now and then you just give in? You'd be like, you know what, fuck it. Let that nigga do it. Let that nigga take me somewhere. And you know what, I'm actually really glad you did this. Because I was this close. I said, damn, I really want to push and I really want a condo in Miami. But I really kept thinking about it. I was like, I don't know, because you act nuts. And this is what I needed to see. I was never going to get peace in my condo. You were going to terrorize the living shit out of me. This be on the internet, because when I did this, how long has it been since I did this? It's been so long since I did this. Why would I even be doing this? Why would I even be doing it? Shit, at this point, let me get something out of it. Y'all stream finally over it, y'all. It's like #1 on the charts. It's doing great. Like, keep it up. But, like, why would I be doing this? Both of y'all are older than me, by the way. You're an old bitch, and that's an old-ass nigga. I'm still in my 20s. Why would we be on the internet as adults? We all have kids. Like, why are we even doing this? I just didn't even get the point of that. But anyway.
A 20-year-old that's had a lot of work done.
I'm going to say whatever I got to say to that nigga, babe. You think I really love him? You think I really want him? If I did, you would be cooked out on the street. Working a 9 to 5, babe. If I wanted that nigga is obsessed. Okay?
Everybody can call me a bird. Everybody can call me a hoe. Everybody can call me Miss Pizza Hut. That's perfectly fine. I actually put my name as Miss Pizza Hut in the bio. It doesn't bother me. I don't care about that nigga. You do. So now that you've done it, I want you to go through his phone and post the rest of the bitches. Because everybody about to sit here and act like it's just me and, oh, she was fucking with her nigga. Post the rest of the 25 bitches he was fucking with. And I want you to do it how the Shade Room do it when Nick Cannon be up there with his baby mamas. I want you to draw the lines and the time, the time frames and all that shit. Make a fucking PowerPoint and put all the bitches up on the internet that he's fucking with. Because if not, you're just singling me out for clout, and that's weird. That's fucking weird. Because all that shit, oh, I ain't even fucked that man in so long. Even when he be trying to, I don't like him.
And this is the same woman that sat up there and said that men are only good for money. She don't even really like men. What are men even actually useful for? And again, you got women that follow her. And like I said, when I happen to showcase content like this and I have people that like disagree with me and they want to rah all the time, they never speak when I bring up content like this and they never show up to the scene. And I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. I'm like, so I'm not supposed to generalize the black women that follow Summer Walker, that hang on her every single word, that parrot her exact same talking. I'm not supposed to judge that or say anything against that. Come on, brother. Come on, man. Like, yo, birds of a feather flock together. Like, how do you think that birds are able to fly from north to south? They got feathers. It's packs of feathers. This is why we got goose downs. them bad boys will keep you warm. Them feathers are packed. Like I said, I might even still have a goose down downstairs. The bad boy will keep you warm. It can be negative, and you are, warm than a mug sitting up in that jacket. But like I said, man, it's bird brain mentality out here. And like I said, you got a lot of women that will champion a lot of birds, and it's crazy. It is crazy. Shout out to Alfred Hitchcock in the movie Birds. Shout out to him. It's diabolical work. Diabolical. So now we're going to go to which one I want to go to? Other entertainer. Yeah, we got 3 entertainer videos. Yeah, I saved the other 2 for last, right? We're going to go to
he was doing
this man here. So let me
who
preface this, right? So the reason I gotta, preference this is because the only time that it seems as though that people want to listen is when like a white man is talking. And to make it better, if I remember correctly, this is a white man that just got engaged to a black woman. So his words should be gold, right? It don't matter if a black man ever talked about this or brought it up. It's a white man that's married to a black woman that's engaged to a black woman that's going to talk about this. So nobody should have an issue or problem. And a lot of people should be all ears, and they shouldn't have to question or shouldn't have to do any type of research, and no type of proof should have to be shown, right? So let's go directly into it.
I was well aware of what Hennessy was doing and who they were trying to target, and it wasn't Henny Palooza. The target, they were trying to get away from the stigma of black people. Like, just to be honest with y'all, like that's really what was happening.
Wow.
I mean, but we've seen that with a lot of French companies, especially in the liquor business. That the people that make them the money are not the target they want to be a part of.
Every racial group, every political group has always made money off of black folk. Okay? And what I'm going to start talking about in Powernomics when I come back here in the fall is to show you all one thing. I'm going to tell you, time is up. You have made, as a race, you made every religion, every ethnic group, every racial group rich. There is nobody else left on earth to make rich but yourselves.
And that's facts. You also had a brother at the very end speaking. And if you know that voice, you know that voice. But like I said before, you heard what Hennessy is or were trying to do, or what they trying to been doing. Again, he said it was like a French company, basically European. And the main demographic that made them rich is not the demographic that they want to be a part of. They don't want black people to be a part of Hennessy. But yet black people keep buying and drinking Hennessy. Yo, man, when I got that hen dog in me, everything. Come on, dog. You drink it from a European country, a European company that don't even like you. And they got it all throughout the hood. I've been seeing Hennessy bottles ever since I was young. And I'm not even talking about by way of my household. I'm just talking about just like outside. You might have seen like some broken bottles or whatnot or whatever. I had one neighbor, rest in peace to James. He was a I guess you can call him like a working alcoholic, even though he was like retired or whatever. James was probably about like 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", and that dude had the Playboy magazines, right? And then he also had like this almost like pyramid of the nice, Hennessy bottles stacked up. And I'm like, man, that's wild. You got, all of those Hennessy. Like like I said, during the time I didn't realize what alcoholic was because again, I'm young. Like I'm a kid. Like I don't know what that is. I just thought that it looked cool that all of those bottles were like stacked up like that. But now being as old as I am, I'm like, man, that dude really had a problem. And it's like I knew he had a problem because you could be around James and he smelled like alcohol. Like you could smell it on his breath. He was the type of alcoholic where he was like drinking alcohol and basically that was like his meal. Because you would see him in the mornings go up and walk to the corner store and pull up with his alcohol and he would sit down. Rare times you might catch him drinking directly on the porch. His eyes was yellow. You could smell the alcohol directly through his skin. Like, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But yeah, like I said, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. It is alcohol dependency. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, because I was like, yeah, working alcoholic ain't really it because he's retired. But yeah, I was trying to find a word. Shout out to what is it? YouTube random. Much love, much love. Gail said I like quality, but I am not a label goer. I got you. So now we're going to have another entertainer just so happen to speak, and this is what I want to understand. Why is Nicki Minaj dealing with anything with government? I need to understand. Like I said, I feel like this is like the Cardi B effect. Like the Cardi B Meg Thee Stallion effect, where it's like you got these folks out here where it's like they start getting into the political field and they're being used. I'm like, this is the best way to sit up there and show you that the entertainers that a lot of people like are bought and paid for when they start showing up for politics. I'm like, you ain't never really, in a sense, talked about nothing political, but now you're showing up to the scene. Like I said, I showed y'all the video of Meg Thee Stallion dancing at a Democrat rally. I'm like, and all of almost pretty much the whole song had to get bleeped. She couldn't even rap it. And she just had to like dance. I'm like, you should just pick a different song. But it's like, you really can't pick a different song because those other songs probably ain't popular and people don't know them. So you have to gravitate towards the songs that people know. And you saw if it was a black woman start dancing. And I'm like, this can't be it. I'm like, this just cannot be it. And this is just like the whole thing down in Georgia when Lotto was there for Stacey Abrams. And they were doing a whole My Body, My Choice and all this other type of stuff. And I'm like, out of all the female artists that you could have came out to and been on stage with, you decided that you wanted to be out there with Lotto. Okay. All right. Jesus Christ. Like I said, I can give as many examples on stuff that I know is wrong, but if I critique it and I say stuff, I receive a whole bunch of flack and nobody want to focus on what the real issue is. But I'm the real issue because I'm a black man talking about it. Crazy work. Diabolical. But let's listen to Nicki Minaj. Like I said, she knows a lot about politics. She's been in politics for years. She's she's an outspoken politician. So let's see what Nicki Minaj has to say to the United Nations. Some crazy work. And again, I want to note Nicki Minaj, last time I checked, is from the islands. I don't know when all of a sudden she became Nigerian, but all right. That's cool.
everyone. I must say I am very nervous, so please, well, thank you, Ambassador Waltz, for this invitation. It is an honor to stand on this stage with you and the other distinguished speakers here today to shine a spotlight on the deadly threat faced by thousands of Christians in Nigeria. I would like to thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage in calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria, to combat extremism, and to bring a stop to violence against those who simply want to exercise their natural right to freedom of religion or belief. I stand here as a proud New Yorker with a deep sense of gratitude that we live in a country where we can freely and safely worship God regardless of one's creed, background, or politics. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion, like I recently stated on social media. And we don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. We're way beyond thinking or expecting or assuming for, the person sitting next to you to have the exact same beliefs. We're beyond that. That's ridiculous. But that shouldn't make one person feel less safe than anyone in any room. Music has taken me around the globe. I have seen how people, no matter their language, culture, or religion, come alive when they hear a song that touches their soul. Religious freedom means we all can sing our faith regardless of who we are, where we live, and what we believe. But today, faith is under attack in way too many places. In Nigeria, Christians are being targeted, driven from their homes, and killed. Churches have been burned. Families have been torn apart. And entire communities live in fear constantly, simply because of how they pray. Sadly, this problem is not only a growing problem in Nigeria, but also in so many other countries across the world, and it demands urgent action. And I want to be clear. Protecting Christians in Nigeria is not about taking sides or dividing people. It is about uniting humanity. Nigeria is a beautiful nation with deep faith traditions and lots of beautiful barbs that I can't wait to see. When one's church, mosque, or place of worship is destroyed, everyone's heart should break just a little bit. And the foundation of the United Nations, with its core mandate to ensure peace and security, should shake. I am joined here today by peace builders, by faith leaders, by those who saw violence, saw rising intolerance, saw the threats clearly before us, and chose not to look the other way. I am inspired by their work to build interfaith ties, to see the humanity across the lines which might divide us, and to fight for security and liberty for all those who pray. I look forward to our discussion today, and I hope it will encourage deepened solidarity for us to urgently work together to ensure every person can enjoy the right to believe, to worship, and to live in peace. Barbs, I know you're somewhere listening. I love you so very much. You have been the ultimate light in my life and career for so long. I appreciate you, and I want to make it very clear once again that this isn't about taking sides. This is about standing up in the face of injustice. It's about what I've always stood for my entire career, and I will continue to stand for that. For the rest of my life, I will care
if anyone, anywhere, is being persecuted for their beliefs. Thank you.
I'm just confused again on how we even got Nicki Minaj up there. I'm just so you mean to tell me, right? We're talking about Nigeria. So at least one Nigeria artist that I can name of off the top of my head would be Burna Boy. So you mean to tell me that somebody couldn't have gotten Burna Boy to speak directly on this topic? He is literally Nigerian. He has family and everything directly there. Why was it so? Or you couldn't have gotten a Nigerian football player or something like there's a multitude of ways that they could have did this. They got Nicki Minaj to do this. I'm like, okay. I don't know. Like I said, this is just weird to me, and this is something that Malcolm X even spoke about before. Where if you look at any other community, they don't have comedians, they don't have song artists, rappers, and politics. The black community is the only group where we're like, yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have some of the main people who put out the worst music. When I mean worst music, I'm talking about as in actual growth, right? With positive music. We're going to put out the artists with some of the worst music, and we're going to have them basically represent or speak for a whole nother group of people for some things that's happening there. All right. Gail said the breathing on the mic and the lip smacking. Yeesh. She has written way better bars than the speech. I had better speeches in the 8th grade. She didn't write that speech. And just like a lot of female artists don't actually write their own music, men actually write the music for a lot of female artists. This has actually been covered by quite a few famous male songwriters, and they've gone over the songs that they've written for women. Crazy work. Most said political favor because Trump pardoned Lil Wayne. I mean, yeah. Going back to what YouTube random said my brother speculating that she's doing this to get support from the Trumps people, just to free her brother, and she wants to get in good graces for a pardon like all of these other rappers did. I mean, I believe it. I mean, political wise, I mean, that'll be a smart move to do. You know, you gotta grease the wheels, as they like to sit up there and say. So, whatever people got to do in order to make it, huh? Whatever people got to do. Wait, what was this one? I think that was just a picture, right?
Fellowship for this group of women.
Okay. Funny thing is, I actually have the video directly up there. It's crazy work. But anyways, I'll just come back. I'll just circle back directly to that. So the next video that I will actually go directly to is going to be this one here.
Me once again, because the minute that a rich white man would have started asking me, my family, or my friends for some money, ooh baby, that would have been a wrap, because we ain't got it. Have y'all been seeing this lady's story time go viral? Her name is Onyeka, and she was on one of the previous seasons of The Bachelor. The name of this story time is The Danish Deception, where Onyeka, in a 26-part, 25 parts plus the conclusion, talks about how she was scammed by this seemingly wealthy man that she met on vacation.
I like how that so let me just frame it like this, right? So if any other melanated man, African or Black American, were to have come up to this woman and wanted to specifically try to court her, there would be all types of roadblocks, red tapes, what ifs, background checks, social media checks. It would be checks galore. Spider's senses would have been ringing off the hook. But the moment in time that a European guy pulls up, it's like everything is just believed. Oh, he said he's rich. Okay. He's part of a company. Okay. He got gold bars and silver. Okay. His parents got a vineyard. Okay. He can do this and that. Okay. I'm like, wow, this is how easy it is. Like I said, they winning out here. Shout out to the white boys. They, they winning out here. They don't gotta do nothing. They don't gotta do nothing. They don't gotta prove nothing. And now you got this woman here making a part 25, a series video talking about this guy because she was swindled. Oh my God. I could have sworn a lot of women told men to not be stupid. And they laugh at men who are stupid and get swindled directly out of money or all this other type of stuff. Mama, I'm looking at the same thing here, but I'm like, so where's that same energy for this? Nowhere to be found. Well, let's get into it.
And eventually ended up marrying. Now, she tried to keep his identity a secret, but the internet did some snooping and found out who her ex is. This is Martin Firstgard Anderson. Onyeka met him in June 2022 when she was on vacation in Croatia at a beach club, and they pretty much hit it off instantly. He says he's a real estate mogul, competed at the Olympics, is a relative of the royal family, has a booming tech business. They exchange social media, talk all the time, and then he proceeds to sweep her off of her feet, which was really love bombing, because he flew her out to Monaco, Saint-Tropez, put her in expensive hotels, was trying to take her on shopping sprees, but she didn't want to come off as a gold digger, so she let him buy her some fancy sunglasses, and then later over dinner, she professes her love to him. He does the same later on, and then eventually when he starts visiting her in the US, he hits it off with her family and friends as well, and then sometime later he starts asking her for money. And I'm not talking about no little bit of money. Like, she loaned him $6,000 and then some. And then they do eventually end up getting married and he gets his green card. But the thing is, y'all, he wasn't just asking money from her. Like, he was hitting up her family, her friends. Onyeka's little sister gave him $3,000. Her friend's husband gave him $200K. And there was always some type of excuse as to why he needed it, saying that his money was tied up with the IRS and a whole bunch of other lies. And then she went to go visit his family and saw that the math wasn't mathin', found out from one of his friends that Martin has a gambling addiction that he has been fighting for well over a decade. He convinced her to use her money to fly them out to Portugal to celebrate Martin selling an apartment, and then encouraged her to quit her job where she was making over $150,000 per year because she didn't like it, only for the money to not come through on the deal, leading to Onyeka burning through her savings. Eventually, they do end up getting divorced, courtesy of Martin. He is the one who asked for it, because Onyeka was on his butt about the lies, the inconsistencies, where's the money, and then when he got sick of it, he finally left. And it's crazy how he was able to scam and leech off of her friends and family right underneath her nose.
Wow. Wow. Whoa. That man was basically Superman. He was like, yeah, I'm superhuman. I'm immortal. I didn't, came up with a cure for cancer. I went to space. I done dove several leagues and came back up alive. I lived in the mouth of a whale. I fought lions. I slayed a couple of dragons. I bought and sold a couple of kingdoms. He could have basically told her anything and she would have believed it. Can't nobody sit up there and tell me that these white boys out here ain't winning. I'm going to have to make this as a solo video because you would never sit up there and see a black woman sit up there and say that she allowed a black man to swindle her like this. Not only was he getting money directly from her, and note, she was making less than him. Not only was she giving him money, he was getting money from the family and friends. Oh my God. Woo. A lot of people like to sit up there and say that certain things you should just take directly to the grave. That this is such a major L. It's beyond any capitalizations that you could potentially give it. She should have just kept this a secret in the next several lives. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. But as the woman said, that realistically, that woman, she's about money. Let's not play games. She was about money. She thought that she found her come up And she was like, okay, I did it. I did what I was supposed to do. I got the rich one. I caught him. And now we're married. Yeah, you married, all right. Didn't she say that the dude got gambling debts too? Oh boy. Woo. If he had gambling debts in the United States dealing with the mob, it'd have been curtains for that man. Let me tell you something. Ooh boy. That is wild. You know, and the craziest part is, I'm like, where are the divestors when it deals with stories like this? Because I'm like, this woman and did a 20 something, almost close to a 30-part series on this guy. That should be a glaring warning that, yo, don't believe the hype. They can swindle and lie directly to you, but they're like, nah. No man is going to lie to us but the black man. We know this. It's only black men that lie. It's only black men that sit up there, they lie, they cheat, they swindle, and don't take care of responsibilities. It's only black men that do it. All the race of men do it. And here we go. This is how you get here, folks. This is how you mess around and find out. She was dealing with a wolf in sheep's clothing. And that wolf was getting real fat real quick. Let me tell you something. That is diabolical. It's crazy. That is diabolical in nature. So now, the next video, let me see, one of the two videos, because the last one is the worst one. So I'll save that one. So this one is going to go and deal with the fact of how black folks are, in a sense, treated when it deals with the police. And I want you, if you can, listen very closely to what the family is going to state. And I want y'all to listen very closely as well to what the officers state directly to the family in a nonchalant attitude and how it is that they just do not care.
Pull over now. Pull over now or I'm putting you in the ditch. Coming up on the 3V, keeps waving out the window at me. Coming up on the 3V. Taking the 3V. So he goes through this intersection on the TVI. Taking the 3V. Coming up the intersection of Cedar. And we're going towards UMS. Intersection of Cedar, going towards UMS. TVI. Get your hands up! Stop! Stop! Hands up! Hands up! I don't care! Stop! Put your hands up! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! I don't care! Get out of the car! You got plenty of time to stop and you could have explained yourself. Get out of the car! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Step to me! Alright, cool. Step out of the car. Step out of the car and come to me. Keep your hands up. TV, I got him stopped. Everybody put their hands up so they won't shoot nobody. Hands up. I ain't shooting unless I have to. Now step towards me. Put it in park. Is it in park? Yes. Come back to me. I don't care. Come back to me. I swear to God. Put your hands on the car. Please. Put your hands on the car. Please help her. Please help her. Please help her. Please help her. Hands behind your back. Please help her. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Okay. My mom is having a stroke. You knew what you were doing. No, I didn't. My mom's having a stroke. Stop. Look at my mom. Stop. Get her. Get her. Help me. Get her, please. Please. My mom is having a stroke. Please. Stop. I'm not doing anything. My mom's having a stroke, sir. Please take my mom to the hospital. Please. Please. Have a seat. Please, I swear to God. Sit. Oh, my God. Yeah. I promise. Legs in. Hey, you, come here. Come here. Hey, come here. You are all not free to leave. You get over here right now or you're all going to jail. Walk this way. Walk this way now. Hey, well, the other one, she's trying to get her granddaughter. Grandmother. That's the one having the seizure, sir. That's what we were trying to tell you. She's having a stroke. I would have much rather y'all had stopped so that way we could talk about it. That's what she was driving, sir. I'm trying to...
So we saw that, right? Excuse me. Even when it dealt with the women, first off, let's just go back. We can see at this moment, the woman is waving the police forward. Usually when somebody is waving forward, they're trying to tell somebody, hey, some assistance, hey, some help, hey, something is wrong. Come to the side of the car. He didn't even, and there's multiple police cars. They didn't come to the side of the car to even hear anything while they were driving. If anybody knows about a stroke, you have a finite amount of time to try to act and to get the help as you can. Because depending on the severity of the stroke, it can be very debilitating. These people, this family was trying to get the mother to the hospital because she was having a stroke. They even said it multiple times while still being in the car after the pit maneuver was being done. None of those white officers cared. Even when the situation was calm and everybody was out the car, they still didn't care. They didn't sit up there and call EMS. They didn't call this. They didn't call that. They left that woman in that car still going through a stroke. Like I said, to the white folks out here, I want y'all to know and understand the same things that you see happen to black folks every single day that you sat idly by and didn't see, and you didn't say nothing about it. So shall the exact same things happen to you by way of your own police force and your military and your government. The exact same suffering that black people have had to go through and face in the United States is the exact same, if not worse, that you are going to face yourselves. And you're only going to have yourselves to blame directly for it. This shows that none of these officers have any type of empathy or compassion when it deals with another human being and the severity of a situation. All those cops cared about was, are you following my orders? You're not following my orders. I'm telling you to do something. You're not sitting up there doing it. And you heard one of the officers when the girl was like, hey, she's having a stroke. I had to, I was trying to get your attention, do this and do that. I don't care. He don't care. He said it himself. He doesn't care that your mother is having a stroke. It's about what he wants and what he wants you to do. And people always want to ask the question why it is that Black Americans have a certain type of feelings when it deals with the police. This is why. And the funniest thing is that I've yet to hear anybody say, because not even the Republicans or the conservatives can try to levy that argument. They can't say that, oh, well, Black people don't like the police because they're racist. Nope, you can't even say that. Because we clearly say that we don't like the Black cops as well, too. And we don't. Because they're the same as the white cops, if not worse. And that's crazy to say. Because I done seen Black cops treat Black people crazy. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, dog, you're trying to do way too much to show off to them white boys. I'm like, dog, get yourself in order. I'm like, I know you got like a white woman back home. You can't tell me no different. I'm like, I know you don't got nobody, but I know you don't date Black. You doing way too much. Like I said, it's crazy stuff out here, man. And like I said, I try to, give warnings and I try to tell people about, a variety of things, but yep. Here we are. Like, she should have just stayed speeding. She should have never have slowed down. She should have just really just sped up. She should have just gunned it directly to the hospital. I would have rather them have had this situation at the emergency door of the hospital where the nurses would have came, because the police can't stop the nurses from going directly to the door, and it's an emergency, because then they're going to be liable, because the patients are on the grounds of that hospital, and the hospital is responsible for patients when they show directly up, especially at the emergency. So yeah, those doctors and nurses, they wouldn't have been playing that. They wouldn't have been playing that. They would have been bulldozing through those cops to get to that person. But like I said, realistically, to me, how I see it is that this was a way for those cops to, in a sense, gain another stripe. If you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about, I've covered this before when it deals with these cops and how it is that they're in gangs while being in a gang, which is the blue, right? And how they get other types of like stripes and rankings in that gang by certain things that they do to black people in the black community. Right? Like I said, crazy work. So last but not least, now we're going to go to the worst of the worst videos. And I did my best to blur this out for some of those out there that have went through. So for some women out there who might have gone through some things, this may be a little bit triggering directly for you. So if you are easily triggered because of experiences that you've gone through physically, this is not the video specifically for you that is going to take place and happen. And the other thing that I want to bring up as well is that you do have two black men there that were working on separating the individuals that were fighting, right? So we're going to get directly into that.
My name is Caleb Bryant, and I was just attacked outside of my building in Atlanta. I go to Clark Atlanta University.
Oh, I should do it to you, right? Stop. What nigga you got? What nigga you got over here? What nigga you got over here? I should do it to you, right? I should do it to you, right? I should kill you, right? Let her go. I'm not the one. I'm not the fucking one. Me and mine is not the one.
You had him assault me? Right.
Yeah. No. Who 12? Who 12? Who 12? Who 12? Who 12? I bet you got it. Who 12?
You hit me first.
Who 12?
Who
12? Who 12? Who 12? Who 12? Who 12? Who 12? I promise you I hit the button. Who 12? Who 12? Who 12? What you mean that? What you mean that? What you mean that? I promise you I'll get a body today. What you mean that? What you mean? What you mean that? What you mean that? What? Friday, pussy, Friday, or what? Or what?
Right, so she's going to explain basically what took place and happened, but let me just go back to the video real quick. I want y'all to pay attention to, let me see. There is a woman, let me see if I can get her back in the frame. Let me see. Right? So the girl and the woman in orange were having a confrontation, right? And the dude is the boyfriend, right? The ratchet one in the orange is the one protecting the there got to be a name I got to come up with for these dudes. Oh man, I'm just gonna say for the hood dude, right? So you got the hood dude and the ratchet, right? The ratchet is the one protecting the hood dude because of some stuff that basically happened and all this other type of stuff, rah, all of that type of good stuff. A lot of people always ask me, it's like, yo, Seji, why you never talk about the men who are attacking or going specifically after black women? Well, my dears directly out there. The reason why it's very difficult for me to talk about that is because you have a lot of black women out here who will stand next right to these hood dudes and they will defend them. They will watch them and how it is that they treat women out here, and they will still go to bat for those dudes at the end of the day. They will still decide to have kids with those dudes at the end of the day. They'll still decide to have relationships with those dudes at the end of the day. Even when those hood dudes do the exact same thing that he's been doing to women out here to them, they will still defend those dudes. So it's like, me talking about it ain't even really being honest, because honestly speaking, a lot of women out here choose to be with guys like this. They pick dudes like this. But people don't want to talk about that, though. People don't want to bring that up whenever they want me to specifically talk about how black men are doing this to black women and all of these rates and all this rah, rah, rah. You even had a young black woman there. Let me see if I can speed this up a little bit, right? Because you see the ratchet in the orange, right? And she's sitting up there going directly into the face of the girl as well, right? Instead of trying to calm her guy down, like, yo, you don't sit up there and do that to a woman, and it was just a one-on-one type of thing. She ain't doing that. She's like, yeah, he did that. Yeah, I'm going to get in your face too. So again, and people want to sit up there and tell me like there's a such thing as a sisterhood. A sisterhood where? A sisterhood where? Right? And then it gets to the point where you got the black girl, you got another college student, she's trying to talk to the ratchet in the orange. The ratchet in the orange ain't trying to hear it. And then you see the young black girl, she stepped back, but she has her hand directly on his backpack to try to like have him just be like, yo, step away from her and things of that nature. That's very dangerous to do. You shouldn't be doing that as a woman. Like I said, the guy is in the middle. There's a taller guy, there's a taller black guy that's separating him and her. Ma'am, you need to just step back because you're going to end up getting yourself hurt. If he just yoked her up, he'll easily do the exact same thing to you and won't even care. He might even push you directly into the street so you can get hit by traffic. Right? So then it gets to the point where, for whatever reason, I think she tries to get a little bit closer and basically pull him back, and something happens. And then the one ratchet, let me see if I can go back. The girl in the orange, his girlfriend, she yelled to one of the girls. She was like, yo, I told you not to sit up there and touch him or whatnot or whatever. Like I said, ratchet behavior, dog. Ratchet behavior. And people want me to sit up there and talk about what? Because the craziest thing directly about it, let me see if I actually got the image for it, because I had to capture it, because you had people online that wanted to try to go after one of the black men there. And I'm like, how did we get here? I'm like, how do y'all just come up with a scenario and y'all just try to write this dude directly off? Right? Oh, I made that MP4. I didn't mean to do that. Let me just go back. Do that. And do that right there. There we go. So let's look at this image right here. And this was one of the guys that pulled the guy off of the girl. Right? You may be able to see the full comments. You may not, but I'm going to read it directly to you, right? So one of the comments directly at the top says, expletive pathetic, bro. Just sitting there looking like a dummy. The girls were immediately on it the whole time. This blank is sitting in the back just looking. It's like, did we watch the same video? The dude in the glasses was the main one who was also, while he pulled the girl off, he was looking at the dude face to face, and the dude wasn't trying to sit up there and fight. For whatever reason, he calmed directly down at that moment. He just calmed down. He wasn't trying to do no rah-rah. He wasn't trying to wrestle. He wasn't trying to do nothing with that dude. Like I said before, people ain't even paying attention, but yet you got people like this, and that is a woman. I'm looking at the picture. You got women out here trying to sit up there and clown this dude, saying that he wasn't doing it. Like, dog, he just risked his life. That dude the dude who sat up there and yoked that girl up, he could have had a gun on him. Like I said, women don't understand the fact that a lot of men have to contemplate life or death when they deal with these situations. because you don't know what any of these guys have, especially if they're carrying a book bag or whatever it is. You don't know you don't know what they got on them. You have to basically assume the worst. You got to act accordingly. And if the dude would have just sat up there and not tried to like at least calm that down from his angle of being like a man, it's like if that dude did have a weapon on him, everybody could have been shot. And then guess what people would have said? Like, man, see, as we talk about these black men, they can never use their words, always got to use guns and all this other type of stuff. Like, blah, blah, blah. It would have been that whole thing. But it's an L because this dude tried to come out here and defend a black woman by getting the violent black dude directly above her, right? So then we go directly down to another person that said that these are some weak men that's never took a whipping. You choke a girl to the point of lifting her off of her feet, overstepping on your shoes. Then these other men are so scared they won't beat you. You trying to calm him down. The hospital would have been calling his blank down when he woke up. Dog, you gotta understand. Like, I get tired of like a lot of these old Negroes out here. Like, dog, this ain't the 1940s. Like, this ain't like what was it like? The Warriors or something like that. Like, this ain't like the Jets and whoever. This ain't the Outsiders. Like, dog, people have lost their lives for trying to do this. There's a comment. I think I might have captured a comment that will, talk about that point. But I'm like, dude, guys have to move smart directly out here in order to make it back home. That's one thing my mom always raised me on. She's like, yo, you better not be out here trying to risk your life and save any other girl out here. Like, you got a family at home to return to. There's only one of you. And like I said, and that's why I made it so far directly in life and why I'm here at this moment in time, because I listened to my mom's words. Other men out here, God bless them, maybe their mother didn't tell them that. Maybe they were raised completely differently. And, because of the circumstances, those guys are no longer here, but nobody wants to focus on it. Everybody's like, nah, you're a black man. You got to fully throw your life away. We fully throw your life away. Get Alec Baldwin and all. And even still, then you're still not worth anything. But at least you did that. But then at the same time, you have those comments out there, be like, oh, black man, you can't even die right. Crazy work. It's diabolical in nature, right? And this is what I try to tell people when it's like black women out here, like, yo, stop allowing all these random women out here to just like join into this type of collective hatred type of deal. Because this Karen showed up and she was like, yo, the feminine energy spewing out of this generation of men is pathetic, not to mention extremely unattractive. This don't got nothing to do with you. I'm not even sure why you're even in a black conversation. You got an all-white family. Ain't nothing even in there biracial or whatnot, whatever. I checked her page. And I'm like, I'm not even sure why you're here. Like I said, I get tired of these conservative white folks popping in and out of black conversations as if you're supposed to be there. That's crazy. Another person said, this scary MF should have just stayed home. He's useless. Again, people just like not watching the video at all, just saying stuff just to sit up there and say stuff. Last but not least, you had a person up there. They said, I had a friend who tried to break up some homies fighting. Long story short, he was killed while breaking it up. Dummies in the comments aren't mature enough to understand making it home is better than not living. But nope, because the world is like, hey, nah, if you're a black man, we just need you to start dying for like, ridiculous reasons. Just go out there and do it. Don't ask no questions. Don't even think about it. Don't even have critical. Matter of fact, don't even have a brain when we sit up there and tell you to jump. Just do it. That's what people want. They want a droid. They want a robot. Right? They want somebody that can sit up there and do parlor tricks. But anyways, let's go back to the video and hear what she has to say.
It says from our campus to my apartment, and I get on that because I can't drive nor can I see. So when I was getting on the shuttle today, I sit in the back room like I normally do, and a couple walks on, and they they sit in the chairs in front of me. And they start kissing and stuff, so I maneuver to another seat, and I'm listening to music. And as we get off the shuttle, the man starts stepping on me, And this is my feet size. Okay, that doesn't matter. My feet size. I wear a 6.5. So he steps on me and I say, excuse me, can you apologize? Can you say sorry? And he didn't say anything. So as I'm walking off the shuttle, his girlfriend is standing there and she's like, is there a problem? And I was like, yes, he just stood on me. Like he stepped on me. She was like, ew, you all up in my face. Ew, you're arresting you all up in my face. I'm like, bitch, he just stepped on me. Oh my God, your boyfriend. She mushes me on my face. And I like try to swing for her back. And she's like, you got it, babe. And he starts choking me like this onto the ground. And me and her fall onto the ground. And I'm not letting go because, like, what the fuck is happening to me at the moment? Like, he's choking me and you are like, I don't know what's going on. He picks me up off the ground and starts strangling me like this, and I couldn't breathe. And I was kicking off the walls and stuff to try to gain some sort of like balance. And he's telling me he's gonna kill me. And he's like, you want that? You want that? I'll kill you. All of that. Like, and telling me, go find your boyfriend. And I'm in Atlanta by myself because I'm just trying to go to school and go to work. That's all. I don't have a boyfriend. I had two. I only had two boyfriends. So I was just attacked. And the police are trying to look for them. I don't know what to do. Then I put in like videos. They like scratched up my face. And then there's like bruises on my knee. But yes, my name is Kayla Bryant, and I was just attacked. I go to Clark Atlanta University, and yeah.
This is the call to action, Atlanta, Georgia. You guys are up. I'm not going to play the video, but this young lady right here, her name is Kayla Bryant. She couldn't be no older than about 18, maybe 19 years old. She's a current student over at Clark Atlanta University. So what I found out was she was on a trolley. It's a student trolley for those that don't have a license or don't have a car, and it takes them between the campus and where they live. And as she was sitting on this trolley, there was a couple that got on. They started kissing, things like that. So she got up and she moved to another seat. And as she moved to the other seat, they came to a stop. And then as they were getting up, the guy stepped on her feet. She wears a size 6 shoe. She's real tiny. She's probably no more than about 100 pounds wet. But he stepped on her foot. She said, excuse me, are you going to apologize? They got smart with her. The girl got smart with her. The girl put her hands on her. This girl right here. Now, her name is Jay Petite. Now, on social media, it's the real Jay Petite, but she has 3 T's in her name. Her name is Jay Petite. And this is Jay Petite's boyfriend. He goes by Mr. Stay Motivated or Gusto. And he's the one who literally put his arms around her neck and lifted her up off the ground. Now, what made me angry and broke my heart was there were people around and all they were doing was saying, let her go and all this stuff. You know, there were men around or guys and nobody stepped in until almost afterwards. And one of the guys that did step in, when he actually helped pull the guy off of her, he turned around and I could tell that he puts his hands on that girl, Jay Petite, and any other female. But when it comes to a real man, he backs down. He's a man baby. We need to see some arrest on this right here because that right there was attempted unaliving. That was aggravated assault. He literally tried to take her life and he even said it out of his own mouth. So to the young lady, Kayla Bryant, there's your information. Turn it over to the Clark Atlanta Police Department and the Atlanta Police Department. Do not, I repeat, do not let up on this because they both need to be arrested.
And that's facts. Both of them needs to be thrown directly into prison because that'll make no sense, dog. It's like all of this over some shoes or something. Like you're straight. Like this is what I've been talking about. Like you have a lot of women out here who know guys like this and they protect guys like this in their families. Would these dudes be sitting up there swinging on women, hitting on women, doing all of these things? They know about these things and see these things happen, but they shelter these types of dudes. But I'm supposed to be the one to give some type of correction. I'm supposed to acknowledge these dudes and bring this stuff up. Why don't all of the women that shelter these dudes and hide these dudes away from the law and away from the police? Because I've covered videos like that before too, where guys were on the run and you had women and their families hiding. They were aiding and abetting. They were hiding these dudes from like law enforcement. It was manhunts going on and they were just hiding the dudes at their house. Like, why don't you sit up there and bring up and talk about that? That's detrimental to black women in the black community. Having black women out here that are sheltering and hiding, having kids and having been in a relationship with dudes like this. Like I said, the woman too the Jay Petite, whatever her name is, she literally watched what her boyfriend did to that woman. She literally watched it and she did nothing. She did nothing. She sat there and watched. She didn't try to get a control of the situation. She didn't try to tell him to stop. She didn't say, hey, you're doing too much. Don't do that. She didn't do none of that. She let it happen. And then after everything was said and done, when he still wanted to be aggressive and get into her face, she still let it happen. And then she added into the, oh, he's getting into your face. I'm about to get into your face too. Yeah, we both about to fight you. Wow. But whenever I get comments, because I promise you what's going to happen for anybody that's here for this live, it's only 25 of us here, right? I promise you that when I do this video, two things are going to happen. Number one, I'm going to get some comments and they're going to try to, you know, say whatever about me and all this other type of stuff. And black men do this and the percentages and all this other type of stuff. But they're not going to bring up the girlfriend. They're not going to pay attention to that because they're not going to deem her as a priority or a problem. It's going to be, well, oh yeah, the black man, he's a problem. The girlfriend's not the problem. We're solely talking, right? Or they're going to sit up there and ignore it because they know and understand what the problem really is and how the situation could get fixed and what the solution about it is, but they don't want to do it because they don't want to be at fault. They don't want to be responsible, and they don't want to acknowledge the part that they play specifically in it. Because whenever things like this happen, people are like, oh yeah, it's just 100% black men. But nobody wants to talk about the black women that enable black men, violent black men like this, to do this to black women. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about it, but yet there's a type of sisterhood out here, right? So what part of the sisterhood is this though, right? What part of the sisterhood allows and enables black women who side by and sit idly by or even join in with violent black men like this to even have a space? I would think that all of the quote unquote sisterhood, the one that actually love and care about black women, I would think that y'all would sit up there and put out these people's like Facebooks and stuff. Y'all would put everybody on notice about the types of persons that each one of them are. I would think that y'all would do the due diligence in order to turn these people directly in. But nah, that's not what happens. That's not what happens. People are like, I know it's only one person at fault. It's only one person at fault. It's the black man. It's crazy. Yo, Cardenas, what is up? What is up? What's up? You said, what up, those Seiji and B1 Warriors? What's with the dude over hyper attitude for no reason, proving no point at all until someone knocks him the F out? Yeah. There is no point. Like I said, I'm not even sure who he's trying to impress at this moment in time because he clearly already has a girlfriend. Like I said, it's weird behavior. Like ain't nothing that serious. And like there was a whole bunch of guys there that was literally touching you to get you up off of that girl, and you wasn't in their face. Rah, 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 rah. You wasn't doing none of that. You calmed down real quick. But then you got back in her face asking her, like, yo, go get your boyfriend, go get your boy. There's men right there that was just on you. There's men right there that just pulled you up off of that girl. Why you not in their face? Why you not trying to fight them? Oh, that's right, because you know that the odds are technically stacked against you, and your girlfriend can't sit up there and help you. So you're going to be speaking real calm, right? You still have attitude, but you're going to be speaking real calm because you don't know those guys either. Because one of those dudes is real tall and he could just restrain you while the other dudes start just like hitting you. You know, just is going directly for the ribs. Kidney shot, body blow, kidney shot, body blow, upper. Hit you with that Dudley. Shout out to Third Strike. Like I said, it's ridiculous out here, man. It's 100% ridiculous. But anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much what I wanted to go over and talk directly about. And again, I forget. Wait. Pink did send a video. So let me go to that. Pink did send a video. Let me just go to that real quick. I can't believe it actually signed me in, which is crazy because it does not normally sign me in the TikTok. So let me just get this real quick and show this to you guys. Because I don't think this one actually has music. I didn't listen to it like fully all the way through. So we're about to just look at this real quick. Shout out to Pink for the video. Let me just put this directly up here. I'm just getting rid of some of these videos directly up here real quick. Because a lot of times they'll sit up there and tell me like, hey, you can't post this video directly up there because you don't have enough space. So let me just do that real quick and voila.
Where mother at? Where this little girl mother at? Where they role models at? Where's the adults? That's the question we all trying to figure out.
People are stunned that the robbery suspect is just 12 years old. One of those robberies happening right here near the Noma Gallaudet U New York Avenue Metro Station. Riders tell me as they get off trains that they can't believe that the suspect is 12 years old. Let's roll some video to show you more about these robberies. Police say the 12-year-old and a group of juveniles were out here on the 200 block of M Street Northeast trying to steal someone's bike but snatching their groceries instead and running away around 7:45 last Wednesday night. Around just 20 minutes later, someone is riding a scooter on the Metropolitan Branch Trail near the 1300 block of 2nd Street Northeast.
Yo, that's wild. Yo, that is wild. That video is wild. That was dope though. Shout out to those kids. I don't know who those kids' parents is. They're doing a good job raising those kids. Let me tell you. That right there, I can't wait for those. I hope, that's why I say, I hope that these kids keep the same mentality and how it is that they're doing this. I want them to like keep up directly with this and build upon this, because Lord have mercy, like the amount of stuff that they will be able to do is going to be incredible. Like they would start a whole new genre specifically by themselves, just by doing content like I said. I would love to see them do more content like this forever. Like that is like, yo, that's dope. I like that. That was dope. Shout out to Pink. That was dope. Like, yo, you had the what was it? Had the little boy up here with the that's crazy. Yeah. Yo, I wonder how much time it took him to like get like to just like have like the expression like that's hilarious. And the craziest the craziest part is it's a serious situation. But it's like, that kid made it. That's crazy. That is crazy. Man, oh man. Gail said, I'm loving this little girl. She's the next Mama. Gail says I'm not trying to plug in with him, but are you familiar with Mama? No, I am not, Gail. I pretty much stay in certain areas of social medias and and things of that nature. But whoever that content creator is, if they doing content like that, shout out to you. Doing out there doing positive, comical, type of content. Much love, respect, and appreciation. And shout out to you and yours, and what it is that you do every single day. You said look it up. Let me let her know. What's the name? Let me see real quick. Whoops, I can't even type because it is too dark in here. Let me see. I think I might have seen her before. Oh yeah. I seen her before. Yeah, I seen her before. As soon as I saw her face, I was like, yeah, I've run across her content a few times. Yeah, she's funny. So yeah, I do know who that is, Gail. I just didn't know her by name. But yeah, that's hilarious though. So yeah, that's a good way to actually go off and end the stream. Give something, people something positive and happy to look directly at versus all of the other nonsense that we had to, talk about and cover for like the last almost close to 3 hours. Shout out to all the consistent viewers. That we had about a good consistent 22 viewers for the duration of the live stream. I can't get my words right. Much love, respect, and appreciation to all of the viewers that came directly through to the live stream to show support, even those that disagreed and was talking complete garbage and nonsense directly to me. Shout out to you, because you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to be here with me. Again, shout out to all the mods directly out here. Much love, respect, and appreciation to y'all. For always showing up every single day, either if it's in normal videos or in live streams, and doing the Lord's work every single day. Even though I know y'all got busy lives and relationships and family and bills and real stuff to deal with, y'all still find some time to come be here directly with me. I appreciate it a lot, and I thank y'all for it. I can't really make you understand the amount of appreciation that I have, but I can't really convey it because I don't have the words to. But I thank y'all for it every single day. And thanks to anybody who is a member, anybody who has donated, anybody that has just subscribed as well. Much love, respect, and appreciation to you and yours as well. And I will catch you guys in the next live stream and or video. Peace out.